What's up, D?
What up, bro? What's good with you?
Wait, man, we got to roast these fanboys today, my brother.
For sure. Boy, I am hearing the stupidest shit, bro. Oh my gosh.
Oh, salute to Trav, my brother, Jose Ramirez, Remy, Chin Smoke, Francisco Moreno, Remy number 22. Salute. Let's get it. Let's get it today because we've been hearing a lot of stupid fanboy talk, and it's time to get everybody roasted. Mando Solo, I see you, my brother. Salute. IBFP Raw is back, and we're going to show no mercy. Now, D, I don't know if you've done it or not, but he knows the sport. If you send that dude a link, go ahead and send that dude that link. Let him know this is where the free smoke is. Because I challenge he knows the sport. Dude said he wanted to debate, said he agreed to it. It's on record. He agreed to it. If the dude don't show up today, he don't want it. That's officially a duck. He said he wanted to debate everybody. So let's go get it. It'll be a straight up one-on-one, no issues, no problems, no nothing. William Calhoun, salute, my brother. These fanboys are out of control. Canelo Alvarez, you know, the fact that this dude is moving up in weight, D, the fact that the guy's moving, he's giving up 15 pounds. And Kovalev is a huge guy. You're giving up height, reach, weight. I could understand if it was a catch weight at 172. Right. This dude is fighting at 175, fully hydrated. The fuck's wrong with these fanboys, D?
I don't know what the fuck wrong with them. And let me say this right here, bro. These narratives, bro, I have heard 3 narratives that's just absolutely ridiculous. And we're going to break them down right now. We're going to break them down. First off, the fight's rigged. First off, second, the fight's fixed. And the worst of all, and yes, it comes from a boy, he knows his sports. The worst narrative of all. Kovalev paid to lose. So I'm going to start with that one. The paid to lose. First off, this paid to lose, it don't even make sense because let's analyze this. Canelo is the money. He's the cash cow of boxing. There is no questions anymore. There's no question. He's the cash cow of boxing. He's the one that you go to get more money. So if you can beat him, and Canelo has a rematch clause in there, that means you can get paid twice, you fucking idiots. Is this right or wrong? You could get paid twice.
That's big facts.
So how would you be paid to lose? Facts. If it's all about money, and we know Canelo is the cash cow of boxing, you could get paid twice. It's a rematch clause. How stupid is this narrative, bro? Like, the thing is, they're trying to rob Canelo of credit before he even wins. That's what they're doing. This is what it's all about. The rig, the fight. Now, I've even said it myself. When we talk about favorable judging, who the fuck cares? A lot of great boxers in the past have had favorable judging. So I'm not going to deny favorable judging. There's going to be some fair judging done, but I'm not going to deny favorable judging. But paid to lose, rig, the fix is on. Like, are we in the 70s now? Is the Teamsters and the Mobsters back? What are they talking about, bro?
This is what I'm talking about. All the haters and the trolls come out, D. Salute to Boxing Logics United Peace and Pugilism. Marcus Garcia, Kevin, salute. Ashley Martinez, salute. Barker Raider, the real Thanos, salute. Gun Rights Mafia, salute my brother, NBBC. And yes, Mando Solo, D. Jefferson has a channel, Speak Your Mind Sports Talk, where he brings that heat and that real fire, that real flame. He does not produce a narrative. He's giving you unbiased boxing talk. So if you like the IBFP, the UGC, Bruce Vane, throw Speak Your Mind Sports into that. We got to support my brother. He's speaking that truth. T-Tone Toledo, salute. Lil Chris, salute. Leo, salute. Everybody, salute. Let's just go ahead and keep it going. And just like you said, the idiot, he knows the sport, who's not man enough to step on and challenge me. Let's just be real. Let's just be real. Go ahead and send him the link, Dean. Just double check. Make sure this dude show up. I'm going to tell you this. They say that Sergey Kovalev is paid to lose. You're absolutely right, D. How is Sergey Kovalev paid to lose and there's a rematch clause? How does that make sense? Kovalev gains much more by winning the fight. Think about it like this. When Andy Ruiz beat Anthony Joshua, he got life-changing money a second time. So only an idiot and a fanboy and a troll would think that somebody would be paid to lose. That's nonsense. That's nonsense. Going up to face Sergey Kovalev, the Crusher. Name one middleweight that would be favored to beat Sergey Kovalev right now. Canelo Alvarez is a 4-1 favorite over Sergey Kovalev. Danny Jacobs wouldn't be. Jamal Charlo wouldn't be. Demetrius Andrade would be. They would say the size, the weight, and the power will be too much, but they give Canelo the credit in the fact that he's able to move up and become a favorite because he has the skill set, the power, and the track record. None of these guys have proven themselves at this level. Let's be real. And Sergey Kovalev is the real deal. Sergey Kovalev would be favored over anybody in the middleweight division. Guys from 168 would have a problem moving up to fight Sergey Kovalev. Let's be real. Everybody should give Canelo Alvarez his credit for having the nuts to go up there and fight this guy. And then you got guys like Biased Boxing Ego who don't even want to step in and want to down Canelo Alvarez, want to say, oh, look at the weigh-in. There's not as many people as I thought at the weigh-in. If you look at the pictures that Canelo Alvarez posted on Instagram, the arena is a lot more full than what these guys are, perpetuating. These guys want to present a false narrative of the zone of Canelo Alvarez. They're trying to not acknowledge the biggest star in boxing. They don't want to give Canelo his credit. If Canelo goes out there and beats Kovalev tonight, they don't want to give him his credit. They do not want to give him his credit. They're trying to discredit this man by any and every means. And if you're a fanboy and you disagree and you're a hater, step into the paint and me and D will body bag you right now.
I just sent it. Proof. I sent it. I want everybody to know. So he got the link twice, and just for, I didn't mean to cut you off, Nuke, but no, just for everybody in the chat so that y'all know, this ain't no double team thing. Not with he knows if he shows up, I'm on the sideline, I'm sitting back, I'm listening like you guys. This is a one-on-one thing. So there'll be no excuse. I'm not gonna double team, you know what I mean? Anybody else, y'all can get it. Because we both tired of all the other bullshit. Y'all gonna get that work. You're gonna get that work today.
That's right. And I'm gonna say this. These fanboys out here are nonsense. When you look at the referees that they pick, so one of the referees is the guy who gave the fight to Triple G in the first fight. The second referee is the guy who had a draw in the Triple G in the first fight. So they don't have Adelaide Bird in this fight. So I don't understand when you look at the judges. These guys are more fair. One gave him a draw and one gave him a Triple G. If you would have had Adelaide Bird, I would say, okay, you got an argument. You got a case. There's no argument. There's no case. You got two judges that's proven that they will side against Canelo. So this is a fair fight. And Sergey Kovalev, let's be honest, the sport of boxing, if we're going to be real, when a guy moves up in weight, he's supposed to get stopped.
Right.
Rigo got stopped by Loma. Brooke got destroyed by Triple G. Khan got destroyed by Canelo.
When's the last time it happened? Bernard. Before that, Roy Jones Jr. Everybody else got demolished.
Yes.
Think about it. Everybody else got demolished. And then here's another thing about it. What the fuck are all of you idiots going to say? And I don't think this is going to happen this way because I got my prediction lead picks in. I picked Canelo. But hypothetically, if Kovalev goes in there, outboxes him with that jab and stops him, what the fuck does that say about all of you guys' bullshit narrative? The fight fix, the pay to lose, all that. Y'all gonna look stupid. Because this is a possibility. For anybody who don't think it's a possibility that Kovalev can win, you just don't know boxing. There's a possibility he can win. I personally pick Canelo, but it's a possibility Kovalev can win. And if that happens, what's with all y'all fight fixing, pay to lose, all of this nonsense? You see what I'm saying? It'll be a whole different narrative, Nuke. I guarantee it'll be a whole different narrative. Oh, well, we told you Canelo wasn't good enough. He was crazy for going up. They're gonna it's just a way to bash Canelo no matter what the outcome is of this fight. That's what these narratives are about. So that they can bash Canelo no matter what the outcome of this fight is. That's what it's about.
Exactly. And for the love of sports, let's talk about it.
Get up and talk about it right now.
Let's look at it like this, D. And then, you know what? Outstrike. We'll go live tomorrow, too. Me and D will break it down tomorrow. D down, we down. We'll run it back if we got to. I don't care because you know what? We're going to bring that smoke. Gun rights, I see you. Ashley Martinez, you're absolutely right. The Crusher is a dangerous dude. If the crusher, I could see Canelo's winning the fight, but I could also still see him getting dropped or even possibly knocked out. The crusher's a big guy with a lot of power. This won't be an easy fight. If Canelo make it look easy, they want to take credit away. The reason why I got Canelo winning is I think that Canelo is not going to take the punishment that Anthony Yarde took. He has much better head movement. I think his head movement is going to be one of the reasons why he's going to be able to go longer in the fight than Yarde did. Yarde took a lot of punishment early, went for it in the 8th, gassed out. Canelo's experience and defense should carry him to later in the fight. So I can see this being a decision or a possible stoppage. When you look at Sergey Kovalev, he leans to the right when he throws his jab. Canelo Alvarez is going to constantly counter that. A lot of people don't understand anything about boxing, so they don't see these subtle movements, the footwork, the head movement, the defense, the speed. They don't understand it. These guys are fanboys. Let's be honest and unbiased. Watching Ramon say, I highly, highly doubt Canelo can make Kovalev look bad in terms of skills. It will be competitive till much later in the fight. I agree with that, Wasi. I think that this is going to be a very close fight. D, speak on this, man. Hold on. Before we get it, I got to get Boxing Logics United. He says, do a 4-1 odds in favor of Canelo seem weird to anyone? That's big for this fight. In IBFP, I was intense for my live a few days ago. My bad, Jeff. No, it's all peace and love, my brother. It's all peace and love. Everybody has a right to their opinion. And I'll say this, 4-1 odds, in my opinion, I think it's a 50-50 fight. Because I think the height and reach advantage, but odds makers, they're always going to vary. Think about it. The odds maker had, Mikey Garcia and Errol Spence as a much closer fight than Errol Spence and Sean Porter, who's a proven welterweight. So the odds makers are looking to make money. It's not necessarily based on what's really going to happen in the ring. It's just about money. That's really what it is. So at the end of the day, I don't take that serious. Canelo Alvarez is going to go out there and show the world why. He's a special fighter. He's elite, and he's gonna put on a show. I think that he's gonna take this into the mid to late rounds when he starts to really get into it. The early rounds are all gonna be competitive to me. Gonna be competitive. If there's any fanboys in here that want it with me or D, we got that free smoke for you right now. Any fanboys that want it, because I've seen a lot of fanboys coming out there saying it. And hold up, we got to do one big shout out to everybody. We got to shout out to the UGC and the NBBC, everybody representing, Black Horseman Promotions, Unbiased or Biased Boxing Talk, Mr. 214 IOTBA, the Boxing Talk. These guys spit facts. Boxing Logics United. Salute everybody. Mr. Two Hands Up. Even salute to Get a Mic Boxing, Jim Boxing. Salute to that brother. He's doing good work over there. Yes, salute to Andrew Tucker's World. Salute to Speak Your Mind Sports Talk. For the love of sports, let's talk about it. And Watson says, I think Canelo's counter punching and body punching will be emphasized, but his head movement won't look as good. I think he'll get hit quite a bit more than the Jacobs fight. I disagree with that wholeheartedly. I think Canelo Alvarez's defense is too, and then this is against a guy who's not moving as fast as Canelo. Canelo's in his prime. Canelo's prepared for this. His head movement is going to be elite. If Canelo gets hit more in this fight than he did in the Jacobs fight, then he's not going to go far. Sergey Kovalev's too big to give him that kind of punishment. Canelo knows his only advantage is his head movement. Speak on it, D.
Right. And see, here's one thing that people, I want to say something to Boxing Logic about the 4-1 odds, bro. You got to understand, when they make certain odds like that, a lot of people say, to hell with it. I'm going to put money on the underdog just because the odds are so good. So we can't really pay a whole lot to gambling, because like Nuke says, that with gambling, they have their own business, model that they have to follow so that they can continue to make money. But going to what Wasi said, listen, guys, first off, when you compare it to other fighters, you have to understand that styles make fights. Jacobs is a different style. Yarde is a different style. What they're going to be able to do or not do in the ring is going to be different from Canelo. Here's another huge thing. Canelo's much better than both of them. Stylistically, skill-wise. See, Kovalev, as far as fighting a defensive fighter, he's hit guys that were easier targets. Canelo's not going to be that easy target. So we can't really look at a lot of his fights. People talk about Andre Ward and Canelo. Now, I'm not going to get into the comparison of those two of who were better, but stylistically, they're totally different. Canelo's a better defensive fighter than Ward. So you guys can kill that. Which means that Ward is going to be easier to hit than Canelo.
Oh, hold on, D. Let me just interrupt you for 1 second, my brother. My bad, but I got to speak today. D. Jefferson just gave an absolute fact. Canelo Alvarez is a better defensive fighter than Andre Ward. When you saw Andre Ward fight the Crusher, he got hit a whole lot. Canelo will not take that type of punishment. That's why you see guys are constantly trying to discredit Canelo Alvarez.
Yep.
You know, it's just Canelo that's what he does, defense. That's why you think after that Floyd Mayweather loss, he's improved leaps and bounds, and that's what good fighters do. And that's why a loss isn't always a bad thing. Salute to Jose Yepes. Canelo Alvarez is officially the most hated boxer in boxing today. Canelo Alvarez has put on a show, and you know, with the Danny Jacobs fight. This is, you know, people overlook Danny Jacobs and say, oh, Danny Jacobs not that good. Danny Jacobs, even, you know, Wasi, who's a very good boxing analyst, knows that Danny Jacobs is a special fighter, and everybody says, oh, Sergey Deverenchenko is a great fighter. Look what he did to Triple G. What about Danny Jacobs? He made Triple G, who's the first one that put Triple G into question and about not looking as good. What about Danny Jacobs? He's the first guy that gave Sergey Deverenchenko a loss. Everybody overlooks Danny Jacobs as being nothing when he was easily one of the best guys out there. Let's be honest and unbiased. Let's be honest. He knows the sports in the field. D, tell that dude to jump on. Tell that dude to jump on. I've already sent him the link. You've already sent him the link. Tell him go get the link and check in.
Oh, here you go. He says, so you want to body bag me this much? We talking about, I see D is here, so I'm okay with this. Yeah, but he knows his sports. I sent you a message, bro. I'm not here. When y'all two get on, this is y'all two, bro. I'm not on no double team with Nuke and you. You know, I'm on the sideline. I'm listening to you guys talk.
He knows. He knows the debate is just between us. It's going to be respectful. It's just going to be a few topics. Just come on, hit the link, jump in. It's going to be respectful. I'll come on your platform next Saturday, and we'll run it that way too. We'll just keep it respectful, stick to the topics, and debate them. Let's go.
Yeah.
D, tell them where you sent the link.
And before you jump on, it wasn't he knows his, it wasn't IBFP that said that, bro. Which I ain't gonna say that. It was me that just said that. I just said that, and he was just backing me up on that. I said that Canelo is better defensively than Andre Ward. Hell yeah, I said that. Because, see, Canelo did something what a lot of people don't understand. You don't just go into a fight and lose a fucking fight. You take something away from that fight. So when he went into that fight with Floyd Mayweather, he took stuff away from that fight. People say, oh, he stole this from Floyd. He didn't steal anything. He learned boxing, you idiots. That's what you do. You don't just lose a fight. You lose and you learn from it. So he didn't steal from Floyd. He learned. And just because he learned better than anybody else who's trying to emulate what Floyd did, don't get mad because he can do it better. That's what the problem is. You guys look at the yards trying to do the shoulder roll and getting pummeled, but then you hate on Canelo and say he stole something. Where the fuck you think Yard got it from?
That's what I'm talking about, D.
Stop the hate. Stop the hate.
Stop the hate. And salute to Mando Solo, DT3, the Booming, God Squad. Let's go. Let's go. And hold on, he knows the sport says Canelo ain't no better fighter than Ward. He don't do nothing better than Ward. Defensively, he's better than Andre Ward. That's not even up for debate.
I said, now, and I started off with that. I said, I'm not getting into who's the better fighter. I started that statement off with that. So you're not going to charge me talking about I said that Canelo's better than Ward. No, I said defensively, he's better than Ward. And if you can't admit that or accept that, then that's your problem. But that's the fact. Defensively, he's better than Ward.
He knows. We're waiting on you to jump in because he talking about Ward gave Canelo the blueprint. We can debate the the Canelo Alvarez versus Sergey Kovalev fight right now. We're waiting on you to jump on. Yeah, he said he was jumping on in a few. We're waiting on you. He knows. Go ahead and jump on. Let's get this smoke.
You got the link. Let's get this smoke. The link 2 ways, dog.
and this is what Jose Yepes says. Canelo's the most hated if he wins. The Mafia paid of Kovalev. Who says that? That's what I'm saying. Who says stuff like that? Like Sergey Kovalev has a lot more to gain if he wins the fight. He gets a potential Canelo Alvarez rematch, which is going to be a double the payday he got in the first place. So if he made $12 million this one, he's making over $20 million in the second one. And then the rematch, everybody's going to tune in. Look at the Joshua Ruiz. When there's a huge upset in boxing, people get more money. Ruiz is now a star because of beating Anthony Joshua. That's what people just don't understand. That's what people don't understand. And look, JB even says he knows the sport. Jump on. We waiting on you, man.
Jump on, bro. Again, this ain't no double team. He knows this is a solo battle, bro. I'm silent.
Ain't no double team. We just debate issue by issue and then just do it respectfully. I'll come on your platform next week and we'll run it back. And D's gonna keep it honest. He's gonna make sure it's respectful. If it's not respectful, D'll step in.
That's it. But I ain't picking no side. I'm not saying shit. But I want to say this while we're waiting to see if he knows the sports jumps on. He has the link both ways. Everybody knows that. We both sent it to him. Look, this whole nonsense, this is a little bit off of the Canelo, but there's another big nonsensical situation going on with this Tank Davis. I mean, when are you people going to call Tank Davis out on his bullshit, the clout chasing, the Gary Russell, the Lomachenko, calling Devin Haney a bum, now talking about Luke Campbell, but he's not fighting any of them. Do you guys really think that Floyd or Widener's going to let him go up there and get demolished by not Luke Campbell, but Josh Taylor? Because
hold on, D, I got to get this real quick. He says, so Ward is better offensively than Canelo. First of all, we're not even going to compare Ward and Canelo all the way through, but we can say defensively, Canelo has shown at this stage in his career that he's better than Ward. At this stage in his career, I mean, this fight could show something different. You never know. It's boxing. But Canelo's just now entering his prime. He's not done, and he's fought a better level of competition than Andre Ward has fought his whole career. He's fighting the Crusher, but he's also fight Idislandi Lara. He's fought Danny Jacobs. He fought Triple G twice. And, you know, Floyd Mayweather Jr., Miguel Cotto, Shane Mosley. He's fought some of the biggest and best names in boxing, period. And he's not even done. He's still going back to 160 and fighting these other guys. So we can't even say, because his body of work isn't finished. It's an unfair comparison at this stage because the body of work is not finished. But the fact that Andre Ward quit so early when he still had time left is what hurts his legacy, because he could have still ended up fighting more guys. Now, if he comes back, fights Canelo, then that could change everything for when you compare legacy, because this is a prime Canelo, and at this point, Ward's been on the couch for a few years. So if Ward come back, get this win, who could ever doubt him? Who could ever doubt him? Right. And if Canelo gets the win, who could doubt him?
And let me say something to everyone. I am huge on Andre Ward. So I'm not going to sit up here and do that. Right now, at this point, it's sort of like Andre Ward to me is sort of like Barry Sanders in the NFL. He left too early. He had so much more to give to us. But when we talk about Ward right now and comparing him to Canelo right now, we can't do that. It's like Kevin Durant. He's out. He's hurt. If you're not in the game, you can't be compared. So I'm not going to do this Andre Ward-Canelo comparison. I was just talking about defensively. And I don't care if it's then or now. Canelo's better defensively, and I'll leave it at that. But I'm a huge Andre Ward fan, too. If Andre Ward was still active and fighting and he not been off for 2 years, then we would have another conversation. But he's not. He's been out of the ring for 2 years. So right now, at this point, Canelo's better. Period. Like, what the fuck? He's fighting. He's here. He's now. So, I mean, that's just how I look at it. We can't make
Where you at, Glasses? Where you at, Glasses? I know you in here. I know you in here, Glasses.
If he jumps on, bro, it's got to be a one-on-one. It's cold silent, bro.
That's what I want. I'm here to say it in front of God and everybody. Leave him to me.
No.
Please leave him to me. Please let me get him.
You can't.
Please.
You can't do that.
If I feel like we jumping him, I'm gonna cut out. I don't want to jump him. I don't want to jump on him because if I feel like we jumping him, I'm gonna cut out.
No, you can't. You can't. It's IBFP called him out. This is a one-on-one debate. Even I say
I want him bad. I want him bad. Where you at, Glasses?
Hold on for a second. If it's like that, bull, y'all can work something out in the debate cage because he's already said he's willing to go into the debate cage. I already know you're willing to go into the debate cage, but this for IBFP right here, bro.
So I'm gonna put it like this: when he knows the sport, get on here and debate a few of these topics. We're going to debate respectfully and peacefully. And then after that, if he knows the sport wants to debate the boom man, the forum's open. It's raw. You guys can go at it. Nobody will jump in. Nobody will say anything. That'll be just two men on men speaking your piece. That's all it is. He knows the sport. When are you coming on, bro? Jose Yepes exposed him. He said he knows the sport, is doing research right now. He's Googling everything about Canelo and Andre Ward, trying to get an edge. We got the facts on deck, bro. Step in.
I ain't duck you, bro. I ain't duck you, bro. I ain't duck you. I see you in the comments, bro. I got my other phone. I'm looking in the comments, bro. I see you. I ain't duck you, bro.
Come on. He knows it's going to be respectful. Step in.
I ain't duck you. You don't want to come in because you was trying to jump me with D. Jefferson. That's what you was trying to do. You was trying to bring in your boy D on the neck. No shit. You don't know shit.
Let's go. We waiting on you.
Come on, bro. You by yourself.
Debate. Just step in.
Stop talking. If you slide in here, I get off. You slide in here, I get off and let you debate ID and wait for my turn. No bullshit.
See, it'll be one-on-one. He'll get his turn, I get mine. We'll just respectful debates, my brother. Come on, he knows we waiting on you. Hit that link.
Come on. Bring your ass here, boy. Come on.
I think he knows the sport's making a smoothie right now. Let him finish making his smoothie, then he'll jump on.
No, he had all opportunity to do that shit.
And jump on.
I ducked you, but when you was on my community page talking about you'll debate me right there, and I went live, your ass didn't show the fuck up, then you want to start making demands and shit, your ass spot here. Bring your bitch ass on here, Glasses. Bring your ass on here. I'll leave, you pop up on here, I'll leave, and I'll wait my turn, like a gentleman.
Hold on, DT. I got one for you. BJ Freeman said, let's talk about Jose Ramirez, Josh Taylor, undisputed. Who you got?
Josh Taylor.
That's a good one. BJ, what's up, my man? BJ Freeman, my man. Hey, that's a good fight, bro. That's a good fight. And again, guys, remember this. Styles make fights. I don't want to hear about what he did to Rougarou because Ramirez and Rougarou are totally different fighters. Ramirez is a come forward fighter. He digs your body. He digs inside. He will give Josh Taylor problems that Rougarou wouldn't, and vice versa. This is a good fight. I actually still have it a 50-50 fight because it's two different styles. The way Ramirez dominated Hooker, I didn't expect him to dominate Hooker that way. And then you have Josh Taylor beating Rougarou. That means you have two valid champions, and that would be a great fight. That's my opinion.
I think it's gonna be the whoever wins the power shot battle, because they're both volume punchers. I mean, Ramirez is a volume puncher, and Taylor is a volume puncher. I think that's what gave him the edge over Prograis, was that he was willing to throw more punches and take the better risk. Even though Prograis was making a fight of it, just Taylor was just a little more active, a little more busy. But with a fighter like Ramirez, I think it's going to come down to who's going to land the better and more effective power shots, who's going to be the more accurate fighter in that fight. I think that's who's going to hedge up.
What do you think about? Oh, go ahead, Abia.
I was going to say in that fight, the way I see it, it's a 50-50 fight. I think Josh Taylor's tailor-made for Jose Ramirez style, but Jose Ramirez style is tailor-made for Josh Taylor's style. Exactly. So both of these guys are going to have a chance to get off, and it's basically going to come down to who can take the most punishment, who can dish the most punishment, and who can survive this fight. Because this is going to be the hardest fight of both of these guys' career. I don't think it's going to be easy for Josh Taylor. You can't forget about how close that fight was with Regis Prograis and how his eye was swelled up and closed after that fight. Jose Ramirez can put it on you, but Josh Taylor showed that he can back you up and he can break you down. He hurt Regis Prograis in that fight.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Regis was not backing Josh up. I believe that Ramirez can back Josh up. You understand what I'm saying? Because of his style of fighting. So, it's an interesting fight, man. But back to Tank Davis. Let me slide this one in. You don't have a chance, you little fuck. Like, you need to goddamn do something. You calling out Josh Taylor. I truly believe Josh Taylor would beat the living shit out of Tank Davis. He's too long. Tank Davis' dimensions are not even really set up right for 140. Look at Josh Taylor's height. And he's not just a taller boxer. He's like 5'10", right? 5'10 and a half. Something like that. Like, come on.
Yeah. They're both 5'10".
Right. So, I mean, dude, Tank Davis, your arms are too short.
They could just box Tank from the outside, and Tank would have hell trying to get in on the inside of either one of those guys.
Right. And nobody's going to sit here and tell me that Tank Davis is hitting over that much because Rougarou got popped. So Josh Taylor proved his chin.
So let's see this.
Like
do you believe that Tank Davis hits harder than Regis Prograis?
I mean, he may have a bit more power. I'm not saying he doesn't, but
that's what it's come down to.
But I'm saying that Taylor proved his chin. So it's not going to be like no one punch. This is no Nunez or no low-level fighter, Tank. This is going to be a guy that you're going to hit, and you're going to have to hit again, but then you're going to have to worry about being hit. See, Tank ain't fought no high-level fighter like Josh Taylor. He hasn't. He's been fighting low-level guys moving up in weight. He's going to fight a guy where he has to move up in weight now. Come on, bro. Tank is he's not doing nothing but talking fluff, bro. It's fluff. It's all clout chasing. Oh, wide nose Ellaby. He ain't putting that man in no fight with no goddamn Taylor. Come on, bro. They got him fighting Yurkis Gamboa. You think they're gonna throw him up there with Taylor? Tank need to stop that nonsense.
Man, hold on, bro. I'm gonna say this. They said, what's next for Canelo Alvarez? Win or lose the fight? If he loses the fight, depending on how he loses with Kovalev, I could see a rematch happening depending on how he loses, like if it's a close decision. But at the same time, if he wins the fight, I think he moves down to 168 first before he drops to 160 because that's an enormous weight cut. But, what do you think, DT?
I think it'll be good for him. I don't think it's going to be that bad of a weight cut. But I think it'll be a hell of a fight regardless. But I think Tank do hit harder than Prograis. I think he'll make a pretty good fight of it. But people underestimate Tank's skill. Tank got skill too. He don't just hit hard. He got skill too.
He got skill.
See, but the problem with my only issue with Tank is he's never showed that against top level competition, and we don't know if his power moves up. So if his power doesn't move up to 140, yeah, you look like a monster at 130. I don't know what you look like at 140. So if you move up, maybe your shots aren't even effective. Maybe Josh Taylor walks right through him. We don't know. And I don't even know what his chin like is at 140 because he's never been tested against a puncher. So there's a lot of question marks about Tank Davis. He has all the potential in the world, but when you haven't fought anybody, it's hard to determine how good you really are because how many times we've seen a fighter look good and then get exposed when they step up in competition. This is why Mayweather's bringing him along the wrong way. Put him against good guys. Put him against guys that are competitive. We don't hear about Tank trying to fight Devin Haney or Teofimo. People talk a lot about Teofimo, but here's the problem. Teofimo could do the takeover. People forget Teofimo is undefeated. He's a very hard puncher. Teofimo's a real fighter. Like, people are overlooking Teofimo Lopez. This dude is not a joke. He's not going to be easy for anybody because you don't see nobody lining up to fight him. Nobody.
Right. We got Teofimo taking on a champion, a legitimate champion. Nobody's shitting on Comney. Nobody's shitting on him. He's taking on a champion. But then we have Tank Davis taking on Yurkis Gamboa. But Teofimo's a super duper hype job. Come on, bro. Who is Tank fighting? When is he going to step up? When is he going to fight a legitimate champion? Remember how he won that belt? Y'all remember how he won that belt now? Come on. For the love of sports, let's talk about it. Put it in the chat.
He's not going to fight nobody legitimate. Nobody that's actually got or a heartbeat. He ain't going to do it. He just called out Josh Taylor because Josh Taylor just did something big in boxing. Winning the Muhammad Ali trophy and winning a big fight. So because and the thing is, you ain't fought a 35-pounder. You ain't even fought a real 130-pounder, let alone a 35-pounder. And then you going to call up somebody at 140?
140. And like Nuke was saying, just like IBFP Nuke was just saying, bro, as you move up in weight and you move up in level of talent, that power diminishes. You've not proved anything at 135 yet. So what do your power look like at 140? We don't even know what it looks like at 135 yet. You've not proved anything at 135 yet. So what does your power look like? Turn your volume down. He knows. I'm out. I'm going on mute, guys. He's in the building.
He knows. Are you there?
I'm here, man.
Okay, man. Let's go ahead and get this debate. Let's get this debate started, man. Let's start. Which one you want to start with? Canelo Alvarez versus Kovalev. You want to start with Spence versus Crawford and what's going on in the welterweight division? What do you want to start at? You pick a topic and we'll go off of that.
It's your show, man. Whatever you talk about, I'm gonna serve you on it.
Okay. Well, let's talk about Terrence Crawford versus with the Errol Spence in the welterweights. You said that Terrence Crawford is not fighting anybody, and Errol Spence is doing all the heavyweight lifting in the welterweight division. Now that's fanboy nonsense and rhetoric, and I'm gonna tell you why it's rhetoric. Because literally nobody wants to fight Terrence Bud Crawford. Nobody. And how can your Dennis Ugas be the boogeyman when nobody wants to fight Terrence Crawford? You have to understand that Sean Porter just fought Ugas. A boogeyman is somebody that nobody fights. Nobody fights him. Nobody's fighting Terrence Crawford. So what are you talking about? He knows? Speak on it.
Boogeyman is defined as a fighter that's a high risk, low reward. Your Dennis Ugas is a high risk, low reward fighter. After he beat up Sean Porter, because even you agreed that Sean Porter lost that fight, nobody was clamoring to fight your Dennis Ugas. I don't see Terrence Bud Crawford clamoring to say, let me get in the ring with your Dennis Ugas. I don't see Danny Garcia doing it. I didn't see Keith Thurman before he supposedly said he got injured again, was clamoring to fight your Dennis Ugas because they know he got a Cuban background. He has a good amateur background pedigree, and the boy can box. He can box your ears off. So to me, he is a boogeyman because it's a high risk, low reward situation. That's what boogeymans are in any division. You know the reward is going to be low, but you know the risk is going to be high. So your Dennis Ugas is a tough competitor. And then how did the WBC all of a sudden, after the Sean Porter fight, decide to throw him out of the ranks and just lower his ranks down? Danny Garcia just fought Adrian Granados, a guy who's never been a legitimate welterweight. Guy bouncing around weight class like a Mikey Garcia. That's who he fought, but then now he gets to skip into the line and he gets a sweepstake, a Earl the True Spence sweepstake fight. Come on, man, that's nonsense. And then to answer your question about Terrence Bud Crawford, why is he fighting Green Mean Machine? You know what I'm saying? Why couldn't he fight Danny Garcia? Wasn't it being negotiated previously for him to fight a Danny Garcia? What happened with that? Why did that fall to the wayside? Sean Porter, him and Sean Porter, my buddy and me. Why are they buddies? Just like Timothy Bradley. Oh, you know, we're my buddy and me. We're buddies. So I don't fight my buddies. Well, Earl the True Spence decapitated one of his buddies in Lamont Peterson, and him and Sean Porter was cool. They fought. I thought this was the Hurt business. You fight first and then you're friends later. So when you talk about Terrence Bud Crawford, he had a chance. He had a chance to sign with PBC when his re-up came. He decided to re-up with Top Rank. He could have made himself easy. He could have made his situation easy. Look at Mikey Garcia. Look at Manny Pacquiao. These are two ex-Top Rank fighters. What did they do? How did they make their situations easy? They left Top Rank and they brought their ass over to PBC. And what happened? Ever since they brought their ass over to PBC, that everybody keep clowning. Aren't they getting the fights? Didn't Manny Pacquiao fight Keith Thurman? Didn't Mikey Garcia fight Earl Spence? Could have been the same fate for Terrence Bud Crawford. So when people are sitting here saying that Earl Spence is ducking Terrence Bud Crawford, you got to look at the reverse argument. Terrence Bud Crawford, you could make that same argument that he's ducking Earl Spence because he could have brought his rabbit ass over to PBC, signed over there, and the fight would have been easier to be made. So there is two sides of the street because the two sides of the street is Al Heyman and Bob Arum, man. Everybody knows this. These guys don't respect each other, let alone get to the negotiation table and try to have a fight. It's always arduous with them. So it's not even about Earl Spence and Terrence Bud Crawford. There's a mutual respect because this is the stuff that you guys are not talking about. How come Terrence Bud Crawford, the last interview that he had, big interview, and shout outs to you for you having that interview with Bomac. I know me and you, we go at it, but hey, respects to you for having that interview. When I saw that in the community post, I was like, that's what's up. IBFP is doing his thing. But here's my thing. When you sit there and look at the Joe Rogan interview, you Terrence Bud Crawford fanboy man crushes or Bud fan man should have followed suit. Because when your fighter talk, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to fall in line. He said when they asked him, was Earl the True Spence ducking him? He said no. Flat out no. So if he gonna say no, then why are you guys gonna keep running with this narrative? This is what I don't understand. So y'all explain that to me.
Okay. I'm just happy that you said everything you said. He knows the sport because we got the world to see this, and I'm going to show you levels in this game. And, it's going to show he knows the sport is at a casual level, and I'm at an elite level when we come to talking this boxing talk. And let me explain to you why, because everything he said was a general casual fan statement. The first thing he said is, why is Terrence Crawford fighting Green Machine? Terrence Crawford is fighting his mandatory. And the only way you can get out of fighting your mandatory is by fighting a unification. He tried to fight a unification with Errol Spence, but he didn't want to smoke. Errol Spence wanted to fight a Sean Porter. This is what we're talking about. When you can fight the best in the division, Spence had an opportunity to fight Terrence Crawford, the best in the division, for a belt and the biggest payday, and he didn't do it. That is a duck. Now he's got a Danny Garcia fight lined up. That is a duck. And you're absolutely right. I can tell you watch my videos. And the reason why I know that to educate yourself on boxing, I understand that. I would too if I was you. If I'm used to drinking smoothies and making smoothies, I would want to watch a real boxing expert at work. And that's what I am. And this is why I'm going to show you that. Is because I've already made the video that the WBC is protecting Errol Spence Jr. from, your Dennis Ugas. I've already made that video. And the reason why I made that video is because Ugas is the one who fought in the title eliminator to get the next shot at Errol Spence. Errol Spence conveniently navigated through that with the Danny Garcia fight and having the WBC make him a mandatory. Let's be honest and unbiased here. And then let's just keep it going. Let's just be honest about the whole thing. The boogeyman, even your definition is flawed, because how are you the boogeyman when your Dennis Ugas couldn't even get a decision over Sean Porter? So if you can't get a decision in a close fight over Sean Porter, what the hell makes you think you're going to get a decision in a close fight over an Errol Spence Jr.? You're just simply not. So Errol Spence could get schooled by your Dennis Ugas, still win the fight by robbery, just like he did with Sean Porter. Let's be honest and unbiased. Now, when you turn around and you see Terrence Bud Crawford, I got Terrence Crawford stopping Errol Spence late because Errol Spence showed in the Sean Porter fight he don't like it to the body. Terrence Bud Crawford actually has a reach advantage over Errol Spence Jr. Terrence Bud Crawford has more experience, and he's a switch hitter. Terrence Bud Crawford has levels to this game, and he's a true boogeyman because you can gain a championship belt, you can gain a pound-for-pound status, and you can actually become an elite level fighter and get the biggest payday in the welterweight division, period. There's no argument. Smoke them, body bag, toe tag, the real Thanos. Let's go. Let's switch the topics, my brother.
I can't get no recounter on this.
Recount it, my brother. Recount it.
All right. First and foremost, everything that you said was nonsensical on so many levels. You didn't even counter me. All you did is, like you always do, you bring up alternative facts. You can't counter what I said because what I say is the cold-hearted, unadulterated, and cutthroat truth. You can't counter what I say because when you tell the truth, the only thing you could do is line it up with the truth. That's all you can do. Now, let me give you some more truth on top of what I just said. When you look at Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, you got to look at the totality of the fighters that they are. Terrence Bud Crawford is a faster fighter in terms of his acceleration on his punches. He throws faster punches than Errol Spence. I'll give him that. Terrence Bud Crawford also throws punches in between punches. I'll give him that. So when you look at their fight, these are the things that are going to disrupt Errol the True Spence. It's going to give Errol the True Spence fits. But here's where Errol the True Spence has the advantage. He's the bigger fighter. He's the stronger fighter. He's the more technically and fundamentally sound fighter. And when I say technically and fundamentally sound, people run that into IQ. This is where you could tell the difference between people that reside like you in boxing 101 lane and people that reside in boxing 303 lane like me, because I'm in 303 lane. Technically and fundamentally sound means you stay disciplined to the game plan. When you look at IQ, there's an argument that either fighter can have a higher IQ. But Errol the True Spence is more technically and fundamentally sound because he doesn't go from the script. He sticks to the game plan to the T. Terrence Bud Crawford always goes away from the game plan because he goes into this killer instinct dog mentality. It's a little kiddish mentality that he has. Once he gets hit in the lip, he gets hit in the mouth. Hit me, I'm going to hit you back. Hit me, I'm going to hit you back. Hit me, I'm going to hit you back. You can't do that with Errol the True Spence because Errol the True Spence is going to punish your ass. So when you look at this fight between the both of them, Terrence Bud Crawford is going to have to stay disciplined into the script. And when you sit here and say that Terrence Bud Crawford is a switch hitter, Errol the True Spence is a switch hitter too. He don't do it as much as Terrence Bud Crawford, but he can switch. That's what he can do. He has the skill set there. He has the weaponry there. The reason why this is a super fight, whether you Bud Man fans don't want to admit it or not, is because you respect Errol the True Spence skill set. If you didn't, it wouldn't be a super fight of epic proportions. So it's a super fight for a reason, because the other guy on the other side of the street got something that he brings to the table that could disarm. That could detrimentally disarm Terrence Bud Crawford. So when we look at this fight realistically, we have to look at their strengths and we have to look at their weaknesses. Terrence Bud Crawford has more weaknesses that he brings to the table than Earl the True Spence, because in the first half of that fight, when you look at rounds 1 all the way up to round 6, it's going to be a super chess match. But from 7 and 8, this is where you separate the alphas from the betas. This is where Terrence Bud Crawford is going to get into, because he likes to do this. He's going to go into a dogfight. That's going to play in the Earl the True Spence hands. Now, if Terrence Bud Crawford could stay disciplined to the script for the whole 12 rounds and don't do that hit me, I'm going to hit you back, then yeah, he may have a chance, because then he had some skill sets there that, I'm not going to lie, that can disarm Earl the True Spence, because of, like I said, the acceleration of punches and him throwing the punches in between punches. See, I could acknowledge this. See, that's the difference between me and you casuals. I could acknowledge what Terrence Bud Crawford brings to the table. You guys don't ever want to acknowledge what Earl the True Spence brings to the table. You guys don't want to acknowledge that Earl the True Spence got skills to pay the bills. Because if he didn't, you wouldn't be running your whole platform talking negatively about him. There's a reason for that, because you acknowledge the greatness that is Earl the True Spence. Earl the True Spence is a guy that's going to stick to the game plan. He's going to punish Terrence Bud Crawford for that nonsense of him thinking that, oh, I'm going to just try to go toe-to-toe with you. Here's the problem with Terrence Bud Crawford. We don't know what he is at 147, because he hasn't given us a litmus test. He hasn't fought any of the real fighters at 147. He's too busy running his rabbit ass behind these nonsensical mandatories that makes absolutely no sense. Fighting Green Mean Machine does not prepare you for the onslaught that is tactical aggression, technical punching placement, and body snatching work, the levying onslaught of the punishment style of Earl the True Spence. It's a whole different level, whole different animal. Green Machine is not going to prepare you for that nonsense. Earl the True Spence, when I say he's doing heavyweight lifted, he's fighting Sean Porter. Look who's running his rabbit ass. Boy, the tables have turned, and it has turned in so many different ways. He's the big fish, and you got all these damn little guppies. Danny Garcia running his ass into the ring. Manny Pacquiao, he was trying to get that free smoke from Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao didn't want that free smoke. You know why? Because Manny Pacquiao knew what time it was. And look at Manny Pacquiao now, calling Earl the True Spence out because what? He just got out of a car crash, because this is what Manny Pacquiao does. He fights fighters that are damaged goods. He has the most rehydration clause, and he has the most cash weights out of any fighter in boxing. Do your damn research. You'll know what the hell I'm talking about.
So I'm going to just counter this real quick.
When you sit there and look at the totality of what Earl the True Spence is bringing to the table, it's a fight of attrition. It's a fight of who's going to levy more punishment on who. Spence is the bigger, stronger, more durable fighter. He proved this in the Sean Porter fight. This was a unification bout. When Terrence Bud Crawford fights a unification bout at 147, matter of fact, when he fights a midway level fighter at 147, then come holler at me. Until then, there's levels to this stuff, man. Okay. You just got recounted and re-ethered in Merc. Body bag. Get out of here with that nonsense.
And so what we're going to do is I'm going to just answer that in 30 seconds or less, and then we'll move on to the next topic. So in 30 seconds or less, I'm going to just destroy everything you said. And you basically said that Errol Spence Jr. is a fighter that sticks to his game plan. He is, because he doesn't know how to make adjustments, because he doesn't have a high enough ring IQ. When he was fighting Sean Porter, he admitted Sean Porter had pop and hurt him and hit him multiple times. He was dishing it to the body and to the head. Even Keith Thurman said Sean Porter arguably won the first 5 to 6 rounds. Be honest and unbiased. Errol Spence Jr. is a good fighter, not a great fighter. That's why he doesn't want to fight Terrence Crawford. That's why he turned down a pound for pound, huge payday, a belt unification, because he knows what Terrence Bud Crawford is. You say he's going to punish Terrence Crawford because he's the biggest, stronger fighter. He couldn't even punish a little Mikey Garcia because he couldn't knock him out. He couldn't even drop him. Sean Porter got dropped because he was throwing a punch when he got hit. That's why it was more of a flash knockdown. And even then, the knockdown wasn't enough to get the victory. Be honest and unbiased with yourself. But let's keep going and step to the next topic. Canelo Alvarez and Sergey Kovalev. And speak on that, he knows.
Canelo Alvarez and Sergey Kovalev?
Yeah, you said he was paid to lose. How is he paid to lose?
It's a paid to lose on steroids, man. It's worse than a Danny Jacobs fight. I'm going to keep that same energy. I told D. Jefferson that the other day. I'm going to say it again. Canelo Alvarez should, operative word, win the fight by a stage unanimous decision, majority decision, or split decision. Because if Sergey Kovalev, they let them seriously fight, Sergey Kovalev should knock him out. Because I don't see how Canelo Alvarez and his stubby little arms and his 5'9" to 5'10" frame could get on the inside of a 6'1" Sergey Kovalev, who really realistically has a right hand that could drop anybody. And this nonsense about, Canelo Alvarez, he fought Triple G. Triple G was strong. Triple G never fought at no damn 175. He don't got no Sergey Kovalev power. So what's this nonsense about if he could stand Triple G's power, he could stand Sergey Kovalev? That's a whole nother weight class, man. They have weight classes for a reason. Sergey Kovalev, if they fight for real, should knock out Canelo Alvarez. But here's where I say paid to lose on steroids. This man got $12 million cash into his bank account. I mean, come on. Like, before the fight even happens, I could understand you getting, a deposit. I can understand you getting half of the money. I can understand, you getting a bonus or something like that. But you get all of your money before the fight happens? Come on, man. That's stage nonsense right there. Canelo Alvarez can't lose this fight because he has a $365 million DAZN contract. He's not even halfway into that. So how is he going to lose when he is Golden Boy Promotions cash cow, man? He is Golden Boy Promotions. Okay. There's nothing else about Golden Boy Promotions that's relevant outside of Canelo Alvarez. I mean, there's an argument you could make with Ryan Garcia Jr., but he hasn't come of age yet. And don't get me wrong, I like Ryan Garcia Jr., but he hasn't come of age yet. So Canelo Alvarez is the end all be all. You can't have Canelo Alvarez losing because this is how he loses his cachet from fighting from 160 to 175. He is the bigger Mikey Garcia, the guy that's jumping up weight classes from one to the next, trying to figure out which easy opposition he could fight. That's what he's doing. That's just Canelo Alvarez trying to fight the easiest opposition so that he could duck the lines. This is why he got my franchise tag.
Is he ducking Jamal Charlo?
Damn right. That's why he got franchise tag. WBC. Damn right he's ducking Jamal Charlo. Damn right he's ducking Demetrius Andrade. He's ducking that real work. Demetrius Andrade will box his ears off. Jamal Charlo's too athletic and too explosive as fuck for him. So, of course, he's ducking those guys. He ain't going to fight no David Benavidez. David Benavidez is one of my favorite fighters. David Benavidez will knock his brain out. He ain't going to fight that dude. And this stuff about 175, watch him run his rabbit ass away from Bietabiv. He's going to run away from that dude. He ain't going to fight that dude. Come on, man.
Okay. So
exactly what he's doing.
Now, hold on. He knows it's my time to counter this because everything that he said was fanboy talk with the fanboy rhetoric. Yeah, and let me explain you why it was. Because if you look at He Knows the Sport and what he's saying, it made absolutely no sense. How is Canelo Alvarez ducking a tune-up fighter in Jamal Charlo? Jamal Charlo is fighting his last two fights. The coming one that he got now against Dennis Hogan, he's fighting a guy from 154 coming off a loss. And then his prior fight was against a Brandon Adams, a guy from 154. So you're fighting guys moving up in weight from 154, but Canelo Alvarez is ducking you? That makes absolutely no sense. Canelo Alvarez just fought the two best fighters in the division in Danny Jacobs and Triple G. The same Danny Jacobs that Jamal Charlo ducked. And the fact that Jamal Charlo just ducked Demetrius Andrade. He doesn't really want to fight Canelo. He just wants the Canelo payday. That's all it is. Sergey Kovalev stops Jamal Charlo. Easy work. That's not even a competitive fight in my opinion. That's why Jamal Charlo wouldn't take it. If Jamal Charlo's saying if he can't get Canelo or Triple G, he might move up to 168. He won't do that because David Benavidez is on the PBC side. And David Benavidez stops Charlo within 5 rounds. I don't believe Jamal Charlo can compete with David Benavidez, period. Now, at the end of the day, if you look at it, Jamal Charlo got a gift decision against Matt Korobov, and you see he was too scared to run that back. Let's be honest and unbiased about it. You can't worry about this type of stuff. But when you say the franchise belt shouldn't even exist. But Canelo Alvarez didn't ask for the franchise belt. Vasily Lomachenko asked to be a franchise champion. Canelo Alvarez was elevated, meaning he was given it. And that means when you look at Jamal Charlo, he was a paper champ. He never beat a top-level fighter, never beat a top 10-level fighter. Who has Jamal Charlo beat? What has Jamal Charlo done? He hasn't even beat a legitimate 160-pounder. He won't fight, Demetrius Andrade by saying, oh, Demetrius Andrade, what do I get from fighting him? Well, you get a lot more from when you fight, Dennis Hogan. You get a world title. You get a unification fight. Why not fight him? Canelo Alvarez is the face of boxing, literally taking on the biggest fights in Sergey Kovalev. He just fought the best 2 guys in the division. Jamal Charlo is a nobody and a tune-up fighter. You need to be honest and unbiased about it. And
All
but
right,
and then he said he won't fight Better BF. Why would he fight Better BF? He doesn't campaign at 175 pounds. He's a 160 fighter. So the fact that he's moving up to 175 to take on a world champion in Sergey Kovalev shows that he's daring to be great. He's showing that he's going to win a title in a 4th division. He's showing more than what Charlo's even done when Charlo haven't even fought a top 5 fighter in the 160 pounds. What are you talking about?
Can I counter real quick?
Yeah.
All right. Here's the thing. See, you giving alternative facts once again. And I get it. You got your platform. So all these people, they brainwashed by you. They're whatever their name is, disciples. So they're going to go by whatever. But people that rocks what he knows in sport, they know what time it is. Listen, man. Jamal Charlo, when he fought Matt Korobov, do your research on that. Matt Korobov was a harder opponent than Willie Monroe. That was the original guy that he was going to fight. His last-minute replacement was Matt Korobov. So he didn't even have time to figure this guy out. This was his last-minute replacement. Unlike Anthony Joshua, Jamal Charlo still got the job done. Jamal Charlo is undefeated last time I checked. He fought a hard opponent, and he still won the fight. A guy that was harder than the fighter that he was actually going to fight. So what nonsense are we talking about here? Jamal Charlo has not been exposed. People just want to sit here and call him a tune-up. They want to sit here and call him a tune-up because supposedly he's a tune-up because of the fact that he's been waiting for years, camping around at WBC, waiting for Canelo to bring his rabbit ass out, his ducking ass out, so that he could fight him. He ran. Demetrius Andrade's been calling Canelo Alvarez out because everyone knows Demetrius Andrade will box Canelo Alvarez's ears off. People that know this sport know this. Canelo Alvarez don't want those kind of problems. He cannot stand these athletic, explosive, and very skillful African style of fighters. He can't. He did it against Floyd. He went up against Floyd Mayweather. You saw what happened. He went up against Laura.
Danny Jacobs.
I ain't done yet. He went up against Laura. What happened? He got his ears boxed off. Laura got robbed. The Austin Trout fight was a very arduous fight for him, man. There's an argument that there could have been a rematch in that fight. So now let's look at Jamal Charlo. Let's look at Jamal Charlo's recent opponents. Okay, people get on him about Brandon Adams and things of that nature. Jamal Charlo is fighting who he has in front of him that are his mandatories because he's trying to get the fights that he's supposed to. In that fight in May of 2019, he called out Canelo Alvarez again, called out Triple G, called out all of these guys. And we know what ended up happening? None of those guys showed up to the plate because they didn't want to fight this guy, man. This guy, they know he's a hard fighter. He's 6'1". He's athletic. He's explosive. He's skillfully awkward because he throws these awkward punches in between his natural orthodox style. And they don't want that. They don't want to deal with that because they know it's a fit. You guys see Canelo stand right next to Jamal Charlo. You could see why Canelo Alvarez is running away from this guy. Now, when we sit here and look at 168, he goes and fights the worst bum at 168. What about David Benavidez? What about a Caleb Plant? These are real fighters here at 168. These are the fighters that Canelo Alvarez can have because remember, Canelo Alvarez is supposedly the cash cow, so he can have his hand in the pile against any fighter he wants. Why is he not taking on the toughest opposition? When you think of top 3 pound for pound fighters, these are fighters that are always willing to take on the toughest opposition.
Oh my God!
Terrence Crawford talks a good game, but yet he re-signs with Top Rank, so he could talk that good game right over there. But here's the interesting part because this is the one that's gonna throw the uppercut at you. Terrence Crawford.
Hold on, let me rebuttal this real quick.
I'm gonna just say this real quick. Terrence Crawford and Deontay Wilder, they clowned the franchise champion. You heard what they said, what both of them said, but I'm going to go to Terrence Crawford because I already know people hate Deontay Wilder here. Terrence Crawford said, what the hell is that? I'm a real champion. I just want a real championship belt. I don't recognize WBC Silver Champion. I don't recognize WBC Super Champion. And I damn sure don't recognize no WBC Franchise Champion. Why didn't anybody talk about that? But we got a whole bunch of Bud Man fans here. Why didn't no one say, you know what, Terrence Crawford shitted on the WBC Franchise Championship belt? Because he shitted on it. He's like, what the hell is that? So again, what the hell is that? I don't see Canelo Alvarez sitting there rejecting this franchise championship belt. You sat here and said that, oh, it's not like he wanted it, but he didn't come out of his mouth and did what Terrence Crawford did and say, what the hell is that? I'm a real champion. Why didn't he do that? So get out of here. Ethan and Merck again.
Okay. And this is why he knows this sport don't know shit about boxing. And this is really just obvious and plain as day. It's because he's talking about fighters fighting the best competition. And so if we're talking about fighters fighting the best competition, then why isn't Jamal Charlo fighting somebody from 160? Why is he blowing off Demetrius Andrade, a world champion, to fight Dennis Hogan? Why is that? You just made yourself look like an idiot in front of hundreds of people, thousands of people, because you're talking about fighting best levels of competition, and this dude is fighting his second fight in a row against a dude from 154. That means you don't know shit about boxing. How can you know anything about boxing and that's what's happened? And then you want to talk about paid to lose? Paid to lose? What the hell are you talking about? Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, be honest and unbiased. Errol Spence don't want any parts of Terrence Crawford because he know there's a level above him. Errol Spence arguably lost to Sean Porter. That's why he won't make the fight. This is why Terrence Crawford told him to take his panties off. And you got to be honest and unbiased. You know, he knows the sport. I'm going to need you to take your panties off and acknowledge the true facts. Terrence Crawford then already made him an offer, and Errol Spence Jr. then put it on a back burner for Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia is not a champion. So you said Errol Spence is a pound-for-pound fighter. You said that Errol Spence fights the best, does all the heavy lifting. Then why in the hell is he fighting Danny Garcia? Why is he fighting Danny Garcia when he could unify with Terrence Crawford? Don't worry, I'll wait. You know what? No point, because you can't rebuttal that. You can't answer that. You can't answer that because it makes no sense. He's fighting Danny Garcia because he doesn't want to fight the best. That's why Terrence Crawford can't get the fight. And then you say, no, you know, Terrence Crawford ducked him because he's on the PBC side. So tell me why that Jaron Boots Ennis, your guy, Jaron Boots Ennis, who's a very good, talented, young, up-and-coming contender, no longer a prospect, but a contender at this point, said that nobody in the top 15 will fight him in the welterweight division. But here's the problem. The vast majority of the welterweights on the PBC side. So if he's a PBC fighter and can't get a fight on the PBC side, then what the hell are you talking about? Errol Spence still hasn't fought, you know, Keith Thurman. What the hell are you talking about? Body bag.
Okay,
Let's keep going. Hold on. And we got to keep it to 90 seconds a topic, because then you ramble on with all this fanboy nonsense. And we got to just keep debunking thing after thing after thing after thing.
I was going to recounter you on every damn stupid thing you just said, because you said a lot of foolishness right now. I was going to recounter it.
Okay, recounter it, but 90 seconds. We'll just go to 90 seconds when it's running out.
I'm going to make it quick.
I'm on the clock. 90 seconds. I'm on the clock.
Dia managed the clock. 90 seconds.
Jamal Charlo, you omitted my facts with your alternative facts. I just told you why he's fighting a Dennis Hogan in these types of fighters. Because Canelo, Alvarez, Triple G, and these guys can't get their rabbit ass in the ring to fight him. So you have to fight the only competition that's in front of you, which is your mandatories or whoever they put in front of you. That's why the situation is with Jamal Charlo. Now, in terms of Mikey Garcia, do your homework. Earl the True Spence was formerly the boogeyman, now the man, now the big fish, and all of these other welterweights are the little guppies. Dennis Ugas is the real and the true boogeyman. As the former boogeyman, he couldn't get nobody at the welterweight division. Couldn't get Danny Garcia, couldn't get Keith Thurman, couldn't get Sean Porter. Remember, this was right before Terrence Bud Crawford brought his rabbit ass up to 147. He was a 140 pounder. So what are you talking about when you say he was ducking Terrence Bud Crawford? Terrence Bud Crawford wasn't even a welterweight yet. So what's this nonsense? So Earl the True Spence was the boogeyman. Couldn't get none of those guys. So that's why he fought Mikey Garcia, because these guys had this triangle ducking nonsense of trying to duck Earl the True Spence. So again, that's been countered. Now, in this last point about Terrence Bud Crawford, like I said, he had the option to be with PBC. He re-signed with Top Rank. So hence he crippled his ability to have this fight earlier than later. He's the B-side. And when him and Bob Arum come to this conclusion that this belt that they got was called the what Bob orders belt, they come to this conclusion and realize that and bring their ass into the negotiation table.
You're over on time. He knows.
He got 8 seconds. Go ahead.
8 seconds.
Then it's over. Now I'm done. I said what I had to say. I know I'm on
time. Welcome to UGC, Unbiased or Biased.
What's good?
Is there something you want to debate? Who goes on Unbiased?
Well, he just said a whole bunch of bullshit just now. But yeah, or saying Dennis Ugas is the boogeyman of the welterweight division is beyond retarded. You know, he actually was supposed to fight Earl Spence. I don't know if this casual knows that, but Earl Spence, you know, declined that fight. So he had to go the other route and fight Sean Porter. That happened. I think he forgot about that. So that's another fight that essentially Errol Spence ducked. Terrence Crawford, we know Errol Spence has ducked that. And Errol Spence didn't have to fight Mikey Garcia. He could have fought Terrence Crawford. There was a gap right there. And he was also on Black Fight Fan TV's podcast, and they asked him, hey, why don't you go ahead and try to fight Terrence Crawford? What did he say? Do you know what he said? I guarantee you don't know what he said. But in other words, he said, that's not the fight that I'm looking for right now. You know, I have a fight that I'm in the works of making. Mikey Garcia, 135-pounder. And then when they met up face-to-face, what did he tell Terrence Crawford? Oh, you didn't do enough at the welterweight division, yet he's fighting a guy that didn't even step on the welterweight division. So that right there is just bullshit. Everything else you said was garbage as well. You don't have to sign to the PBC to get fights with PBC fighters. Keith Thurman, in the interview on The Boxing Voice, basically put Errol Spence on Front Street and said that he is his own boss and they're independent contractors. They could fight anywhere that they want to, essentially. That's a body bag.
He knows. Your turn.
Am I debating you or am I debating a whole bunch of other people here? I thought it was one-on-one. I didn't know it was tag team going on.
Bro.
Just speak up, bro.
I was just
debunking.
I don't mind body bagging everybody.
Then do what you got to do.
I was just debunking the bullshit you just said. That's all. Well, but continue. Go ahead.
You debunked yourself, man. You just sound
biased. Go ahead. Just answer. Rebuttal it so I can body you further. Rebuttal it.
What do you mean rebuttal it so you can
You just said nonsense. You said Ugas is the new boogeyman. Yet the boogeyman, you said, your dumbass said, hold on, you said Errol Spence was originally the boogeyman, right? Yet the motherfucker, hold on, but the dude,
all right, go ahead. He's hot and bothered like grits. He's emotional. I get it. I unnerve you. I don't know what it is about.
No, you didn't. But go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay. So Dennis Ugas is the boogeyman of the division. The reason why he's the boogeyman of the division is because, like I said, the definition of a boogeyman is high risk, low reward. He's the only welterweight in the division that has that. Previously, it was Kell Brook. Back in 2015, 2016, when he took the strap from Sean Porter, nobody was trying to fight Kell Brook. Dennis Ugas, everybody on this panel, I know this because I've heard it out of all your chung mouths. Everyone on this panel has said that Dennis Ugas beat Sean Porter. Now all of a sudden, he barely beat Sean Porter. He didn't beat Sean Porter. Say that. He didn't do that. He boxed his ears off, man. And you didn't see Sean Porter run back into the ring to fight him. There's a reason for that, because Sean Porter was scared and he ducked that work. Terrence Buck Crawford has not mentioned Dennis Ugas.
Yes, he has.
He has not mentioned you. Didn't. No, they haven't. They haven't mentioned him. They have not mentioned him. Danny Garcia has not mentioned him. Keith Thurman has not mentioned him. This is what a boogeyman is. A guy that comes in there and scares the division. Nobody wants to mention him, let alone fight in the ring with him. He is the real and true boogeyman of the division. He is a litmus test. He is the guy that you need to fight before you fight Spence, because Spence is the man. Spence is the only guy in the division that has 2 belts. Before Spence was the man in that division, it was Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman is no longer the man in the division because Keith Thurman had 2 belts. Now it's Spence. So what are we arguing here? We're talking about an IBF and a WBC champion at 147, a big fish. So yes, everyone needs to fall in line.
He's done. Okay, thank you. All right, so okay. You said bullshit again. So you said nobody wanted to fight Kell Brook, yet Thurman called him out in 2015 and said, "I will go to the UK and fight you." So that's a body on that dumbass comment that you said. You said Errol Spence was the original boogeyman, right? But then Dennis Ugas wanted to fight him. What happened there? So he ducked the boogeyman that you're saying is the boogeyman now? Like, come on, dog. You sound stupid. How is Errol Spence the boogeyman, yet he didn't want to fight Dennis Ugas, right? And you said that Terrence Crawford has never talked about Dennis Ugas. Well, Bomac and his team already said that's the fight that they want because Ugas beat him in the amateurs, so they want to get that win back. So they've been talking about fighting Ugas. Another body, because you don't be listening to the stupid shit you be talking about because you're a casual. But what other dumb shit that you say? I forgot, because you say too much stupid shit to rebuttal. So yeah, but either way, you know, you say a lot, but you don't say too much. So I'll let you rebuttal that, or we can move on to a different topic.
Oh man. Okay, so Terrence Bud Crawford fighting Marvel characters a la Green Mean Machine. He's a real legitimate welterweight fighter. Lame duck Jeff Horn, who we knew was right there prepared for the slaughter. 20 years past his prime, Amir Khan. Glass chin. Yeah, that's a real litmus test right there. And a gimp, Jose Benavidez. Okay, yeah, Terrence Bud Crawford is that dude at 147. When he fights a real opponent at 147, holla at me then. Your Dennis Ugas, like I said, is that dude. People need to sit there and fight this guy at 147 so that we know where they're at. Danny Garcia does not deserve no Manny Pacquiao or no Earl Spence fight, because Danny Garcia has fought an Adrian Granados. That's not even a 147 pounder, man. This is funny to me. But he deserves to skip into the line. Keith Thurman doesn't know.
I'm sorry. Hold on. Can I just?
He doesn't know if he
cut
wants
him off,
to
man.
be active.
This is not. Bro, you just wait. Hold on.
We cut people off. This is what we doing. I didn't know this was a clown show. I know you're a clown. I didn't know this was a clown show. This
finish. Oh my God.
I prefer to debate only Nuke. I didn't know I was debating clowns too. But if you're a clown, I could put you on a clown show and debate you as well too. It is what it is. Because I know you've been wanting I've been on your mind, man. I know I'm living rent and space free in your head.
You're just saying a lot of dumb shit. I just need to just continue. Just continue, man. Just continue.
I'm in your wet dreams. You made a video about me, dude. Come on, man. I'm in your head.
You're saying dumb shit. You're saying everybody. Okay, this is the problem with your whole point. You're saying Dennis Ugas is a litmus test, and everybody. Hold on, wait.
No, he's saying he knows. Finish your point, D. You got the clock. Let he know. Finish his point. Then we'll go down.
He got 20 seconds, guys. 20 seconds. Go ahead, man.
Nuke, I thought this was a respectful platform. I thought everybody was getting 90 seconds.
Everybody get their 90 seconds. You finish your 90 seconds. He knows. Here you go.
Go ahead. I'm starting it up. Go ahead. You got 23 seconds actually left. Go ahead, bro. Before he cut you off, I was timing it. Go ahead.
I said what I had to say, man. I'm done saying what I got to say because this dude gonna cut me off every second. I thought I was debating Nuke. I didn't know I was debating a clown.
My bad. Go ahead.
No, he said he done. So I'm getting ready to start.
Okay.
Unbiased. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, I don't need 90 seconds. I'm just going to say, all right, he's saying everybody has to fight Dennis Ugas as a litmus test, right? He said that, but yeah, Earl Spence ducked him.
Earl Spence ain't ducked no you, Dennis Ugas.
Yes, he did.
No,
he was supposed to fight him, right? And then what happened? He didn't. He declined that fight and instead fought Mikey Garcia. That's what happened. Do your research before you just say anything.
Are you done?
Yeah, he done. He said he didn't eat the whole time.
Okay. Earl Spence ain't duck no damn you, Dennis Ugas. Earl Spence was trying to fight Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, or Sean Porter. Those fights weren't available, so Mikey Garcia was the fight that ended up happening because Mikey Garcia called him out a few times, saying, yeah, I want to fight this guy. Thought that he was bold enough to fight the baddest man at 147. He learned that lesson. He got whitewashed for it. But that's what happened. This whole thing about you, Dennis Ugas called out Earl Spence, that's just made up nonsense. You Dennis Ugas ain't called out no damn Earl Spence. Dennis Ugas wants to fight the top guys at 147. I'll give him that, but he ain't calling no damn Earl Spence, and Earl Spence denied that. Come on, man. That's nonsense, man. Again, that's another way of trying to sit there and throw an uppercut at Earl Spence that he doesn't even deserve. Why are you guys keeping Earl Spence in your mouth? Because you guys know he's a legitimate threat to the 147-pound division of Terrence Crawford. Otherwise, people wouldn't be talking about Earl Spence like this. Usually when somebody's a threat, that's because they keep talking about them. That's why. So this is nonsense when people are sitting here saying that Earl Spence is doing this. They're putting stuff on this man that this man hasn't even done. He's the only guy in the welterweight division doing heavyweight lifting. He's the only guy in the division that's sitting here saying, let's clean the division out and let's find out who is the one that lords and reigns over the division. All these other welterweights, since this guy's been they've been
okay. Thank you.
Hold on real quick, Unbiased. I'm gonna let DT3 get in because he want to debate a little bit. DT3, it's your time up, my brother.
What's going on with everybody, man? I just kind of had some business to take care of with my house, but yeah, man. When it comes to that Terrence Crawford situation, the same issue with the Terrence Crawford situation, man. First of all, Terrence Crawford is more proven boxer in boxing. First of all, when you said technically sound, that's not true. You don't know the fundamentals of boxing, bro. I'm just telling you that as a boxing coach and trainer. Fundamentals of boxing, if he was technically sound as a boxer, he'd be able to make adjustments when they're necessary, which is something that Terrence Crawford does on a regular basis, which Errol Spence does not do. He has not shown in any fight that he makes adjustments. He has shown that he's a come forward fighter, wing and ding Mexican style type fighter, lacks head movement or lateral upper body movement. It is proven in all his fights. Check the film. So when you say that about Terrence Crawford, the fact that he does make adjustments because he starts off his fights as a right-handed fighter. Then once he see that you may give him some type of difficulty as a right-handed fighter, he switches to southpaw and he starts giving people problems. So Errol Spence has yet to show any dimensions in his game. Unlike people like even Keith Thurman has shown dimensions in his game, and Sean Porter has shown different dimensions in his game, and Terrence Crawford of all fighters have shown dimensions in their game. Not Errol Spence.
Can I counter that?
Wait, can I counter what he said previously?
He got to get his counter. Let him get that. Let that man get his time, bro. All right, go ahead. I'm starting the clock, bro. Go ahead.
So he didn't counter. He didn't make adjustments in the Kell Brook fight. How did he put Kell Brook on one knee in the 11th round? That was adjustments. There was adjustments made in that fight for that to happen. It didn't just happen. Errol Spence set it up with a body assault. When you sit there and you look at the Porter fight, you think that knockdown that Nuke kept saying was a flash knockdown. It was a clear knockdown. Matter of fact, the cleanest knockdown that Porter ever had. Again, what round was it again? 11. It's something about the 11th round that Errol Spence always changed the fights in the 11th round. So that didn't happen. That wasn't because he was systematically breaking the guy down from body assault after body assault after body assault. Come on, man. What are we talking about here?
It is
Spence made adjustments. He made adjustments in that fight that switched it. That switched the narrative on
that
how
that is not making adjustments.
There you go. If people keep cutting me off, I let people talk, man. They keep cutting me off. It is what it is.
I pause the clock when they cut in. He knows the sports. Look, the time is stopped.
Go ahead. My bad. My fault. Go ahead.
But you sat here and say Spence ain't made no adjustments, but this is how you separate yourself in a fight, and it's those adjustments that you make. Because he realized that Sean Porter was lunging in and Sean Porter was hurrying up and throwing punches, and Spence figured that out within round 5. And then he started countering him. This is how he got the shot that he got on Sean Porter. It was an adjustment that was made. So this nonsense about Spence don't make adjustments. Y'all not doing enough film study to watch how Spence breaks his opponents down. And you say that you're a coach. Okay, it is what it is. I'm not going to discredit that. But to sit here and say that Spence is not making adjustments in fights, come on, man, that's nonsensical.
He didn't make no adjustments in the Kell Brook fight.
This is why he's 6-0. Don't hand me that. Oh, he didn't make no adjustments. This is why he lost, or this is why he because he has no head movement. He's just there, a stationary target to get hit. People don't realize Spence pivots his foot a lot, man. If you're doing film study, you know this. You know this. Spence does a lot of pivoting.
He does hold on, bro. I'm not in the debate, but if you go, I'll stop the clock. I'll cut you off. So when I holler time, bro, you got to let the next man up. You got to. That's the rules. 90 seconds apiece, bro.
Well, like I said, in the Kell Brook fight, Errol Spence did not make any adjustments. He just broke Kell Brook down by basically forward pressure and walking him down. After a while of taking him for so many rounds, it's going to break you down. No matter what kind of fighter you are, you're going to get broken down. Errol Spence didn't do nothing to say, oh, he stopped Kell Brook from doing that. He stopped Kell Brook from doing this. It was nothing about that fight that says that Kell Brook changed his whole status or Errol Spence changed his whole fight style to accommodate to beat Kell Brook. Errol Spence fights the same fight, every round. He don't do nothing particularly special. Nothing. Ever. He don't move his head, none of that. So when you say he made adjustments, what round did he actually make an adjustment? Or was it that Errol Spence constant pressure, constant walking him down, constant body attack? That's what beat Kell Brook, not Errol Spence making adjustment. Let's be clear.
You know what else? Kell Brook was also a beaten fighter at that point as well. So, and not only that, what he did was he upped the pace. That's all he did. He upped the pace in that fight. He didn't make adjustments to a punch selection or you know what I mean, or to movement. No, he just upped the pace, his own work rate. That's all he did. That is not that's not making an adaptation to the fight. All he did was up his pace, and that's pretty much all he did. He's never really made any, or had to adapt in a fight that I've seen.
Nope.
He may have shown a different wrinkle in the Mikey Garcia fight, but that's versus a 135 pounder. You know what I mean? People keep saying he fought Sean Porter's fight. He did, and that's why to me he lost because I had Sean Porter beating him. Sean Porter was landing way more shots on Earl Spence than he did Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman beat him cleaner than Earl Spence. Earl Spence, I thought, lost. So I mean, some people giving him 9 rounds. That to me is crazy. And that's all I gotta say.
It's on me.
The whole 100 videos about how he was going to beat Sean Porter
Hold on,
and all that.
We gotta go. I mean, we're gonna do the time thing.
Go ahead. I'm doing something anyway.
Go ahead. He knows I'm going to start your clock.
All right. When you ramp up the pace in a fight and you change the acceleration on the pace of the fight, that's an adjustment. You guys do realize that, right? That's what Earl Spence did in that fight. I agree with Boom Man in terms of the pressure because he realized the pressure was nullifying Kell Brook, but he ramped up that same pressure and he changed the acceleration. While Kell Brook was slowing down, Earl Spence was putting the foot on the gas. That was the adjustment he made in that fight to win the fight. That's an adjustment nevertheless. In the fight against Sean Porter, again, he realized that in halfway into that fight, Sean Porter started to get sloppy and he was lunging in, throwing punches. And then Earl Spence realized that and he said, okay, let me start stepping back. And when I step back, I'm going to get him. That's what Earl Spence was doing from round 5 and up. I want y'all to go do the film study on that fight. He stepped back and started throwing counter punches at Sean Porter, and he started seeing how effective that was. This is how he set up that knockdown in the 11th round. Because he realized, okay, this guy is coming in. He's just throwing everything now, and the kitchen sink, and he's throwing a lot of just looping overhand shots. So while he's doing that, when I push him off of me, I'm going to make sure that I get a shot in. If you look at all of their breakaways, Earl Spence, when he pushed off of him, he made sure he threw an extra shot. That was the adjustment he made in that fight to win that fight. And that's what got him the knockdown in the 11th round. So when people are sitting here saying that Earl Spence don't make adjustments, that's crazy to me. He's a technically and fundamentally sound fighter. He makes adjustments.
Okay, yeah. So upping the pace in a fight, that's not an adjustment. It's not. Again, I don't think you've ever did any combat sports or anything like that. I've boxed, so I could upping the pace in a fight. That's not making an adjustment, especially if you're just noticing the fighter has stamina issues, and you just up the pace. That's not really an adjustment to any punch selection, movement, or anything like that, especially when you're just continuing doing the work you were doing previously, just at a faster pace. That's pretty much it. And Kell Brook, yeah, he was slowing down. That's because he was a defeated fighter at that point. He just had open face surgery, you know what I mean, been previously stabbed in the leg. He was not the same Kell Brook that Sean Porter fought. I know damn well that is a fact, you know what I'm saying? So, what really took place was Kell Brook was beaten down previously before that and was not the same fighter, and he gassed out. That's like saying, that's like saying fighters who have a bad gas tank, when they lose a fight, the fighter that they faced adapted because they noticed that and upped the pace. No, that's not that's not adaptation in the fight. It's just not.
Next man up. Got any counters he knows?
It's on me?
Yeah, you're the next man up.
All right. Here's the thing that people gotta understand, man. You know what I'm saying? And again, he keeps saying that Spence didn't make any adjustments. To me, that's nonsensical. I've already said it. I don't know how many times I have to say this again. You have to look at what Errol Spence did in that fight to sit there and look at the adjustments this man made. He saw that Kell Brook was slowing down. He saw that Kell Brook was wounded. So Errol Spence pushed the pace. That's an adjustment you make in a fight. I don't know why people can't look at that as an adjustment. Like when you sit there and say, okay, I see a weakness, I see a vulnerability. Let me do something else to continue to target that. That's an adjustment. Even if it's a basic adjustment, it's an adjustment nevertheless. Because in the first half of that fight, Kell Brook was outboxing Spence. I'm the one that could that easily admit Spence lost all first 6 rounds in my estimation because Kell Brook was just countering him. But Spence realized the type of punches that Kell Brook was throwing, and he nullified it with the more acceleration of pace in his style. That's an adjustment he made. Let me put the foot on the gas pedal and let me keep going because I know if I do that, I'm going to fundamentally break this dude down. That's an adjustment in boxing. Even if it's a basic adjustment, it's an adjustment nevertheless. It may not be an adjustment to your brain because you're saying, oh, he's just pushing the pace. You don't want to give Spence the credit. That's fine. If you don't want to give Spence the credit, it is what it is, man. That's the way that your brain rationalizes it. But he made an adjustment.
All right, so yeah.
That's how he won. Because this is how you have a winner and this is how you have a loser.
You're done. Your time's up. You're done. You're done. You're done.
Here we go again.
Hey, listen, your time is done.
He didn't interrupt you, bro. Your time was up, bro.
No. I'm about to check out anyways because I gotta go start my live soon. But that's what I'm getting a bunch of this.
Yeah.
But no, it's been time responses, bro. I've been keeping the clock, and when I say time, you gotta stop, bro. That's how it really
exactly. At the end of the day, this dude is upset because he made 100 videos, right? And Sean Porter did not get bulldozed. Matter of fact, even PBC fighters and PBC writers and managers thought that Sean Porter beat Errol Spence. So you should probably make an apology for looking that stupid, making 100 videos saying the fight's not going to be close and all this other bullshit that you said, your weak ass breakdowns, because we all know you can't break down a fucking fight to save your life. That's why you're number 11 or 12 in our prediction league, because your boxing brain is garbage. But yeah, it is what it is. You should continue making your 100 series of videos of, your idol and the guy you worship. Hey, D, you got me on time? I'm just going to continue bodying this.
Yeah, I got you on time.
So yeah, I don't need to rebuttal none of the garbage that you just said. But yeah, continue making your 100 series of nonsensical, just fanboyism that you love doing, because we all know that's what you are, just a fanboy of Errol Spence. And you can't see me in no type of boxing debate, period, because you're a fucking casual.
Okay. Every time you talk, I see that I'm living rent and space free in your head, dude. You made a video about me. Remember that. I don't even mention you because you're not even in fiction at all.
You do. You make videos and sub me like you like to sub everybody else.
No, I don't. I'm living in your head, man. I see that because every time I'm listening, it is what it is.
Let me talk about this adjustment thing, man. As a fighter, just because I see a man that is slowing down, me going for the kill is not an adjustment. That's like saying when Deontay Wilder hit you with the right hand and he got you hurt, he made an adjustment to go after you to knock you out. That don't make sense, bro. When you say stuff like that, that shows that's where he's coming up with your boxing IQ. I ain't gonna get at you like that because I know more about boxing than you do because I do boxing every day. So I ain't trying to be on no insult shit. My issue with you is what you said about my wife. That's my issue with you and how you talking shit about me and my family on YouTube. I don't play that shit. But aside from that, I ain't got no issue with you. You know what I mean? But as far as you going out your way to speak on my name, you got me fucked up. Because actually, before you said that shit, I thought you was a cool dude. You know what I'm saying? And then I find out you talking shit about me and all I'm trying to do is do something positive for the boxing community and hear your black ass come in want to talk shit about me. To make means to give views for your channel. I wasn't feeling it. I ain't feeling that. So as a man, keep my family and my wife's name out your mouth. You want to keep it boxing? Keep it boxing. Don't speak on my family, bro. Don't speak on that, bro. I will come to Alaska to come see you, bro. For real.
I'm not fix that hairline too.
Let's keep it boxing, guys. Hold on. Let me talk real quick.
Let me talk real quick.
Fix that hairline.
That's the thing. What are we talking about here? When did I mention your family? Now, I'm trying to understand that. When did I mention your family? When did you interpret me talking about that, bro?
I've been said that about you. I said that about you on my channel. I said that about you on my community page, all the shit. You ain't saying nothing. I tagged you all the shit. Now all of a sudden you want to act like you ain't saying nothing now because we live and we talking.
I made fun of your teeth. That's what I made fun of.
And then you said something about my wife and my kids. It's on your community page. It's community page.
No, I did, man.
Look. This is hold on. Hold on for a second.
This is stuff I'm talking about. You got one dude
why don't you just go get your hairline fixed. That's all. You just gotta get your hairline fixed.
I'm gonna keep it boxing. You got one dude that in his head, and you got another dude that I don't know when I talked about your family, dude.
I don't lie on people. I don't do that.
And then after I said, okay, we're not gonna debate. This is nonsensical to me, man. This is nonsense. This is what we're resolving to. Hey, Nuke, man, you gotta get your affairs in order, man, because I thought I was debating you. I got one dude here that I'm living in his brain, and another dude here making lies about me, man. I thought it was just me and you, and I was gonna be body back you, but it is what it is.
Nuke, my bad.
I just want to clear this up.
For bodying him.
Me and he knows the debated earlier, and I just wanted to give everybody a chance because I know he knows like to always rebuttal. So I know that you have some unfinished business with DT3 and Unbiased. So I say, why not resolve it? It's not like I'm jumping in the middle of you guys' conversation. You guys are having your own chance to hash out your issues and go back and forth. So, just work that out with DT and Unbiased. And see, we had our debate, so everybody's getting to speak with their turn. I'm being more than fair. D is moderating it, not even me. So I don't even understand what the problem is.
He just didn't like the fact.
JB just said it. JB just said the comment. Respect, he knows his sport. He came for a one-on-one. I came for a one-on-one, not for somebody making some headlines about me falsely coming after their family. First of all, I don't know you like that to be coming after your family. That's nonsensical, man. And then this dude right here, sitting here saying, coming in here because he made videos about me talking this nonsense. I thought I was in a one-on-one situation, man. It is what it is. I guess
it was one-on-one until you got bodied. Nuke bodied you, then I came on. Nuke bodied you, then I came on, and I had to get a body too. So I bodied you. Nuke bodied you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it is what it is.
All right,
all I'm saying is I'm gonna screenshot it. That's all I'm saying. Like you saying what you did, I'm not gonna lie on you, bro. I will screenshot it and I will put it on my community page and I will tag you so everybody can see what you said, bro.
Nuke, you gotta
just get that hairline.
I just want to address Tino's real quick.
All right,
I guess he knows left, but I'm a man of my word. He knows if you have a debate next week, I'll jump on your live stream and I'll debate you. I'm a man of my word. I'll honor what I did. And for anybody saying that, we jumped him or anything like that, there was no jumping. We gave him 100% opportunity to say his part, rebuttal everything, demoderate. I wasn't even in control, so I don't even understand what he's complaining about. This was more than fair. And just because he got bodied by Unbiased, just because he got bodied by DT, that's not my fault. And D just moderated it. It was 100% fair.
Now let me say this because everybody went off the hinges a little bit there at the end. I want to say this. Shout out to IBFP Nuke Raw. Fire. Okay? This shit was fire. It got a little bit out of hand at the end there, but Nuke, I give you much respect. Nuke laid in the background as the host, guys. You got to realize this. Nuke laid in the background the entire time as the host. Nothing but respectable. Nothing but respectable. Shout out to you, Nuke. I appreciate you letting me moderate this. I think I did a decent job at that. This was a good debate. This is how debates should go. Guys should get time to talk. Guys should get time to rebuttal, and that was respectable. As far as he knows his sports, you know, everybody knows, even when it was, you know, perceived as a back and forth, I never said anything back toward him. I let him say what he wanted to say. This was an actual good debate. That's how a debate's supposed to happen. No one jumped anyone. As soon as the other guys came in, Nuke allowed me to take over and moderate and time the responses and the rebuttals and the comments. Excellent job, Nuke. Excellent job, DT3 and Unbiased. You know, as far as who won what, listen, that beginning of the debate where it was just Nuke and he knows his sports, you guys know what the deal is with that. When Unbiased and them came in, there was no jump situation. I cut Unbiased off when his time was done, told him to stop. Every time he jumped in, I stopped the clock. I kept it real. I stopped the clock when anybody jumped in, and then I restarted the clock when it was he knows time. So that was an excellent debate, Nuke. Much respect to you. Much respect to DT3. He knows his sports for coming up here. No matter who was against him, we got to give him respect for that. Much respect to T3, the Boo Man. Got the shit off his chest he needed to. This was a great debate, man. Nothing but respect. I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, I appreciate you for having me, IB. You know, thank you for having me on. I didn't mean to get too left field over there with what he said about my wife or whatever. But it was just I had to tell him that like man to man, like that just wasn't cool for me, man. I just wasn't feeling that. And I'm gonna have to screenshot it, go to his community page, screenshot it and put it on mine so y'all can see that what the man really did say about my wife and my kids and shit. So I just wasn't feeling that, man. Just keep it boxing. Even though he was like, let's talk about your teeth. My teeth ain't got shit to do with boxing. So, but anyway, all I wanted to do was debate the dude boxing. As we can see, the dude don't really know boxing like that. Like, he's just a fan. And that's okay to be a fan. And that's okay to be a smart fan because the dude sounds very intellectual. Like he's not no dumb. But at the same time, boxing, he don't know no boxing. Really need to just stay in his lane. You know what I mean? Because he don't want to really debate me boxing because I do boxing, I know boxing, all this shit. So just off of him saying that a person going in for the kill is an adjustment made absolutely positively no sense. But I mean, I can't expect nothing more from him because that's just how he is. But it is what it is. But thank y'all. Thank you, D, for moderating it, bro, keeping it in line, bro. Because you know I ain't only trying to overstep, bro. So my apologies if I went a little overboard. My bad for that. I don't like dude. I don't like it.
Respect to you. Respect to you too, Nuke. Nuke, I wanted to say something if you don't mind, bro.
Go for it, bro.
Okay. So IBFP Nuke Raw is fire, bro. Every fucking episode that I've been on has been fired. I think one of the first couple of ones, he came at me a little bit. He's like, D, don't do it. And I appreciate that too. You know what I mean? But this is a fire ass show. If y'all have not hit that subscribe button for IBFP Raw, hit it now because it's just getting started, baby. It's going to be a lot more coming. But what I wanted to say is, if anybody has could you put that down for me, baby? If anybody has anybody they want to debate, you can come see them on IBFP Raw, and you know that it's going to be a legitimate debate. You can also call them out to the debate cage, D. Jefferson's debate cage. It is an official debate platform. You guys got a taste of it. It's called the Lincoln Douglas style of debating. That's an official style of debating. There will be more time. Okay, there will be when we start out, you have constructive comments. Each person will get 5 minutes. Then you have what's called a crossfire. It's a 4-minute crossfire where they get to question each other on their statements. Then you come back to a rebuttal. And you have another crossfire. And then you have the final. It's an official debate platform. If you don't know what the Lincoln Douglas debate platform is, that's what the debate cage is. Go look it up. Y'all want to debate? A legitimate debate without all of that hollering? Come to IBFP Raw. Come to the debate cage. Call them out. Me and Nuke will feel free to set it up for you. I'm sure Nuke backed me up on that. We will feel free to set it up for you. A legitimate debate platform. Time responses. Great job, Nuke. Great job, bro.
I appreciate that, D. And I'll just go ahead and put that link in the chat for you, my brother, because, you know, at the end of the day, we respect each other's platforms. And so at this point, we just going to go ahead and, you know, me and D are going to answer anybody questions right now to sum everything up. So everybody in the chat, if you got questions about the fight tonight, about Canelo, about predictions, about anything, me and D just going to go ahead and answer any and all questions right now. That's what we're going to add to Raw Live, is just at the end, we're just going to answer all the questions. Anybody have any questions about anything?
No doubt. Drop them questions.
Drop them questions for me and D, and we'll get them done right now.
And hit that like, hit that subscribe, because this is where
subscribe button. Check out the channels tab. Go ahead and subscribe to Speak Your Mind Sport Talk. I'll make sure that I'll put the debate cage link up. I think I just did, but I'll double check it and make sure I do that on the post. I want you guys to go ahead and like it. You guys got any questions about the fight tonight? I mean, who's your prediction on the fight tonight, D?
Okay, I'm going to give 3 predictions because it's 3 pretty exciting fights. First, I'm going to start off with Berchelt and Sosa. That's a really exciting fight, guys. Sosa's a tough guy. We all know that Berchelt can knock you out, but I think Sosa's going to stand up. Is going to go 12, but I do pick Berchelt. And then we got Ryan Garcia and Dunno. That's also a great fight. We get to see where Ryan Garcia has improved because Dunno is not an easy opponent, but I do pick Ryan Garcia also by decision. Okay, and then the third fight, which everybody knows, Canelo versus Kovalev. I got also a decision for Canelo.
Okay, and then Jose Ramirez says, who should Virgil Ortiz fight next? I think Virgil Ortiz should be looking at a step-up fight like somebody like a Sergey Lipinets. I think that's a good fight. Only problem is it's hard making those fights with PBC side. These guys don't really want to make the fights. You want to answer that one, D?
Well, I got a little bit of different idea, and I think this would be a terrific fight. Jaron in his boots.
Woo!
And Virgil Ortiz. Boy, I would love to see that fight there.
That'll be a hell of a fight.
Yes, sir.
Barker Raider says, is there a rehydration clause or not? He said because Robert Garcia, Golden Boy, says there's no clause. You guys know what the deal is. What I understand is that Dan Rafael stated that he got from sources that there was a rehydration clause. So that's what everybody's going off of. Everybody's believing Dan Rafael and the sources. So until Golden Boy comes back out and expressively say, hey, it's not, people are believing the reputation of Dan Rafael and ESPN. You want to speak to this, D?
Yeah, I want to speak on that. All of these guys in mainstream media have their agendas and they say certain things. I want to say we can respect Dan Rafael and, you know, his background, but Dan Rafael also said that Andy Ruiz was like 320 pounds at one time. And we know that that wasn't true, right? So we can believe these guys some, but just like Nuke said, until it's collaborated by Golden Boy, then we can't put too much weight on it. That's my response to that.
The next one, JJ says Canelo at 175. What are the chances he gasses early? I mean, in my opinion, I don't think there's any chance. I don't think Canelo's gonna. I think he's already stated that he specifically trains in endurance training because he understands that to win any fight, you can't gas out. I've never seen Canelo gas out in any fight, period. I've seen him. He may have had a stamina issue somewhat where he got tired, but when you're fighting elite level fighters, you're gonna get tired. But then you catch your second win and keep going. That's pretty much it. But I don't think he gasses out. And if there was ever a chance to gas out, it wouldn't be early. It'll be very, very late. Similarly to Anthony Yard, where he gassed out late. But Canelo Alvarez has a plethora of experience and knowledge against elite level fighters. I don't think that's going to happen. D, your opinion on this?
Yeah, I want to say this about Canelo and what people got to understand about gassing out. Canelo has a high IQ. So when you have a fighter who's at the level of Canelo is, and I don't care how much you hate him, he's one of or the best in the game. So he has a high IQ. And when you're a high IQ boxer, you know what to do. Anthony Yard gassed out because he spent himself. He spent himself trying to knock out Kovalev. Well, a fighter like Canelo is not going to expel that much energy. He knows what to do. He knows how much to give. He knows how much to pull back because he knows that he's going to have to perform in the championship rounds. So don't put too much weight on it.
We got another one. Why is Canelo Alvarez hated for fighting Sergey Kovalev?
Let me jump that one first. Because he's the fucking best. And when you're the best, you get hated. Simple enough, bro. When you're the best, you get hated. Michael Jordan was hated. Kobe was hated. Jeff Gordon in NASCAR was hated. When you're the best, you get hated.
I think he's absolutely right. When you're the best fighter, he has the biggest fan base and he's the most hated. But at the same time, he's still the most loved because let's say Canelo goes out there and put on a hell of a fight. I think even the haters are deep down to pretty much give him like, wow, that was pretty impressive. Like, well, we're all boxing fans at the end of the day, whether you like the guy or not. And you know, if he puts on a special fight against a guy at 175 who's massive over Canelo, because I can see Canelo winning but getting dropped in the fight. That's how dangerous this fight is. I would not be surprised at that. I think if you know Canelo and you know Kovalev, you know this is not an easy fight. I think he's being hated by casuals and fanboys with an agenda or a narrative to push. And that's not what we do in the IBFP. That's not what we do at Speak Your Mind Sports Talk. That's not what we do at the debate case. Because for the love of sports, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Roger, let's see who else we got. Let's see, we got another one. JB says 2 best prospects, Ennis and Ortiz. Crazy fight. That'll be the best fight. I think both of those guys are top level fight. I wouldn't even know who to pick. I would just say it's 50-50. Both of those guys are hell of a fight.
That is a pick 'em fight. That's why I want to see that one, you know. And I want to say this too for a lot of people of IBFP Raw and IBFP. You guys in the past, Nuke was the first guy that I ever subscribed to. And I'll say this publicly. I've said this to Nuke privately, but I'm not one of those guys that hide. Anybody that knows me and know my channel, I keep it as honest as I can possibly keep it. But this is outside of boxing. This is about Nuke, the character of IBFP Nuke and who Nuke is. A lot of you fans of IBFP have seen in the chat Nuke and I go back and forth plenty of times, heated debates. But Nuke is my brother, dog. And I want everybody to know that. There is no lack of love between me and Nuke. Like, this is my dude, bro. He is the first guy that I have ever subscribed to on social media, period. And Nuke knows that. I was sick. I had an infection called sepsis that nearly killed me. And this platform, this channel actually helped me get through that recovery. And Nuke and I is no love lost. So it doesn't matter what you guys see. Nuke and I go back and forth. Nuke and I are an example of how we just keep it boxing. We can debate, but we're going to be brothers after. Much respect to you, Nuke.
And you know, much respect to D, because you know what? Me and D go back a long ways. And you know what? D's beat me on certain points. I beat him on points, but it's just boxing no matter who gets the points right. So, you know, I lose some, he lose some, he wins some, I win some. It's just back and forth. David Fuentes says, war with Yard. Kovalev said himself he wasn't hurt. Truth or lie?
Lie.
I'll say a lie, too. I think he was clearly hurt. He was almost done. Anthony Yard's a tough fighter. He pretty much knocked everybody out that he fought. So, I mean, that's a hard fight for anybody.
Yeah.
Miguel Mojica says, my phone died. What happened? He knows the sport. He got bodied. You know what? A lot of guys want to say Ego wouldn't dare jump on here. Just in case Boxing Ego is listening, because I know he knows who I am. I remember he blocked me on social media and all this stuff. And I'm like, I don't even know this guy. And I know Dante sometimes comes and calls people out. But if Ego or Dante ever wanted to step into the paint, I'm more than welcome to destroy and body either one of them. You know, because we always mess with it. And D's channel, look up Speak Your Mind Sports Talk, Antonio De Cuevas, and then he'll basically you'll take it all from there, because then you'll see the debate cage on there, you'll see everything on there, and that's it. Boxing Logic United says Canelo is not hated. He's just chastised for his favorable treatment from judges. The Mayweather fight that had Canelo winning one card was a prime example. Now, I'll tell you this. I didn't think that he should have gotten that on the Mayweather card, but at the same time, this is boxing. You know how it goes. There's ups and downs. But Canelo is hated because they don't want to give him credit for fights like this. Just like Mayweather was hated, the best fighters are always hated. Canelo's the absolute best right now. He's done the best. He's proven the best. There's no other fighter right now doing what he's doing.
Only thing I want to say about that, Nuke, is I agree with you. Canelo is doing this is what boxing is. This is what Canelo is doing. People have to respect that. This is why I like Canelo. Nuke and I have actually even had debates about Canelo, but I am a Canelo fan, bro. This is what boxing is about. This embodies old school boxing, stepping up to a challenge. Don't nobody want to hear shit about Charlo, who ain't fighting nobody. Don't tell me that Kovalev is not a bigger fight than Charlo. Charlo wouldn't dare step up to 175 and fight Kovalev, better be Biev or Bivol. None of them. So this is what boxing is about, man. But the only thing I wanted to say that may be a little bit different from Nuke is respect Manny Pacquiao, because he's another one that embodies what boxing is about. Those two together are doing more than anyone. This era of boxing is about Manny Pacquiao and Canelo. They're proving what needs to be done in boxing. They're stepping up, bro.
Salute to Jay Beasy. Check out his channel as well. It gives you Anuka Savage. It gives you the Kool-Aid without the sugar.
I like that.
Boxing Logics United says because Canelo gets credit when it's not deserved. Mayweather was a prime example. The problem with that, Boxing Logics United, is that Mayweather got credit when it wasn't necessarily deserved. Imagine if Canelo Alvarez would fight a Jaime Munguia at this point. Would people be saying, why are you fighting that? That's a cherry pick fight. No one looked at it the same way when he fought Canelo. And then let's say Canelo fought him at some weird catchweight. You wouldn't give him the same credit. So you got to keep that same energy both ways, my brother. That's all we saying.
Right. And I like Floyd Mayweather, but I mean, we got to be perfectly honest. Look at when he decided to fight Manny Pacquiao. And then he won. He waited. He let Pacquiao get a little older. Man, we wanted to see that fight in the prime. We wanted to see that fight a lot earlier. And Mayweather wouldn't step up. He wanted to fight Cotto, which he arguably lost. He wanted to fight these other fights, McDonough. You understand what I'm saying? So, I mean, honestly, I'm a huge Mayweather fan too. Well, when he was boxing, I can't stand the guy now. But, you know, he did some questionable things and got credit that he didn't deserve. You know, but every great fighter has had gifts. You go back in history. I'll take you down the line if you want. Every great fighter has had gifts. So we can't condemn Canelo for anything that any other great fighter has gotten. He's great.
And then a lot of people believe that Floyd tried to age out Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah, that's what I was just alluding to right there. That's what, you know, that and there is some validity to it, because he could have taken Manny Pacquiao much earlier than he did. And then what about him signing Manny Pacquiao to PBC and promising him a fight? Well, where the fuck is the fight, Floyd? Where's the fight?
And then here's another one. You know, they like to talk about the heavyweights. What do you think about Luis Ortiz, Deontay Wilder's not getting any shine right now? What do you think about that, D? How do you see that fight going?
Now, let me tell you something, and I'm no Deontay Wilder hater. I just put a video out that was kind of controversial, you know, about Deontay in the face of boxing, and a lot of people misconstrued it because the title was somewhat clickbait. I wasn't calling Deontay the face of boxing. What I was doing was getting people to listen to my thoughts on it, okay? Deontay Wilder is very popular. This is why we have people calling him the face of boxing. Canelo's the face of boxing. Let's get the shit straight, okay? I'm just saying that this is why people are saying that he is the face of boxing, okay? But with this Ortiz situation, it's a dead fight that I really don't even want to see. Ortiz was spent. Listen, when you take a bad knockout, that takes a lot out of you. We already know that the Cuban fighters, and I'm not, you know, that we don't know their really correct age. That man has aged ever since that Deontay Wilder fight. I'm going to watch that Deontay Wilder-Ortiz fight on the playback. I'm not going to spend any money. I'm not going to watch it the night of the fight, because clearly I think that Ortiz has a slight chance, but I think Wilder's going to knock him out earlier and easier than in the first fight. That's just my thoughts on it, and I'm not watching it.
And BLU says, IBFP, how could he do that when Mayweather is older than Manny Pacquiao? And you can still age a fighter out. You got to understand fighting style. Manny Pacquiao is a completely different fighting style than Floyd Mayweather. He has a style where he's going to constantly get hit, where he's aggressive, he's coming forward, he's trying to get the knockout. Mayweather is very defensive. So his career longevity, as far as what you anticipate, is much different and much shorter. And the prime of their careers is when Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather fight would have been the hottest. Floyd Mayweather constantly, where it appeared, delayed the fight for several reasons, because he's typically the A side even back then. He was the bigger name. He was the guy doing a ton of pay-per-views. He could have made that fight literally anytime he wanted. He was the one that had all these roadblocks to the fight, basically. So, but BLU, much respect, my brother. And it sounded like you might want to come on Raw next week, man, because me and you sound like we might need to get that smoke in, BLU, because you know what? In BBC all day, but we can still get it, my brother. You can still get it any day, any time of the week. We going to have to – I'm going to throw the invite right now, and if we don't get it on Raw, we'll get it on the debate cage. Me and you, we can get over a few topics. We can get it going. But it's always love and respect.
I want to say this too to BLU, bro. You got knowledge, bro. You got knowledge, and I see that. And I have much respect for you, bro. Much respect for you. I just want to add on to Duke's point about how can that be when he's a little older. Well, one thing that I don't think that you're taking into the account is the amount of fights. The amount of fights adds wear and tear on your body. We got to understand that Manny Pacquiao had, nearly double the fights of Floyd Mayweather. Look at their numbers now, not double, but nearly double. So you're not only aging a guy out or looking at just the number of years they've been on this earth. Look at how much wear and tear they have on their body concerning the fights that they've had. And Manny Pacquiao was far ahead of Floyd. So once you allow a guy to get more fights and more fights after he has 20 or 30 fights more than you already, this is a way that we can say that he's aging him out. He's trying to let him get more wear and tear. So that's just something that I wanted to add to that, guys.
And then we got a fanboy on here, Neor, whatever his name is. Again, you understand, and this is basically just a casual fan, because what you don't understand is as a fighter gets older, who's one of the greatest offensive fighters in history, their output diminishes. And if their output diminishes and he's not an elite level defensive fighter like Floyd, it plays right into Floyd's hands. What are you talking about? This just proves you don't know anything about boxing. But if you want to get done, you're more than welcome to come on Raw next week, and we'll get you bodied too. Anything you want to add to that, D? D, you're on mute, my brother.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I want to add to that. This dude is a pure casual, okay? And I don't care. You can see Nuke on IBFP Raw, or I got a platform. You can come see me on the debate cage, because I'm not only the host, but I will body you, dog. Now, let me explain something to you, casual. I'll explain something to you right now. You have to look at Floyd Mayweather's career and the way he took care of his body. Listen to the way he speaks now. When you're a fighter that takes care of yourself the way Floyd did, when he used to go to the clubs, he used to drink club soda or water. He used to jog away from the clubs. This guy's conditioning was second to none. His reflexes and stuff did not suffer like the average boxer suffers. So don't come here with no casual bullshit, because you will get bodied. And if you want to see me, debate cage. You want to see Nuke, IBFP Raw. You want to see either of us, you can go to either place. You'll get bodied. Trust and believe that.
That's what I'm talking about. You know what? We're not going to pay any attention to these fanboys right now, because until you name a fact, there's no point in debating, because you're not debating anything. You're punching air.
Yeah,
but let's just keep going.
Easy work.
Easy work. We got a question. Who wins, Ruiz or Joshua? I mean, I think it's a 50-50 fight, a tight fight for both, but I'm leaning at this point towards Joshua.
Yeah, and Nuke already knows it. I am no Joshua fan, but I've called this out. Joshua gets his belts back, bro. I've been saying this since probably 3 or 4 weeks after that fight. I don't lean on excuses. I'm not a Joshua fan. I'm a Fury fan. He's ticking me off with this freaking WWE thing. But one thing, respect Anthony Joshua. See, I don't have to be a fan of a guy to say respect Anthony Joshua. He has been doing all the right things. He has been doing all the right training to correct his deficiencies. I say that Anthony Joshua gets his belts back. He got hit on the temple, guys. When you take a temple shot, if you know anything about boxing, if you take a temple shot or you take a chin shot, they're different. You get more discombobulated when you get a hard temple shot, and it's harder to recover. So Anthony Joshua was going to do what it takes to not take that kind of shot. We're not going to question Anthony Joshua's chin. He's been hit across the chin. He's been dropped by getting hit on the chin, and he got up and he won those fights. I got Anthony Joshua taking his belts back.
That's a good point. Let's see anybody else. Anybody else got any question? And he said, Manuel says, do you agree Canelo has done more than Crawford and Loma? I got Canelo as number 1 pound for pound right now, simply because of his level of competition. He fought, to me, an elite level Danny Jacobs. I think if Crawford can fight like the Spence and get that victory, or even, another big name, welterweight, stuff like that, then you can put him up there. I just think Canelo's 1, Crawford 2, Loma 3. That's my opinion. What do you think, D?
Yeah, that's a good question, man. And I want to say this about it. When you look at Crawford, Canelo, Lomachenko, and Usyk, these guys are all in a position where it can be interchangeable. They all have accomplished a lot. Okay, but if Canelo beats Kovalev, he shoots to the top. Okay, Usyk goes and gets a heavyweight championship belt, he may shoot to the top. Lomachenko, if he goes 4-belt undisputed, he may shoot to the top. So all of these guys are accomplishing. Crawford, if he goes and beats Spence and he goes undisputed, he may shoot back to the top. So I respect anybody's pound for pound list, but with these 4 guys here, they can be interchangeable. So respect to you, bro.
Absolutely. Salute to the UGC. Salute to IOTBA Boxing Talk. This is the man that runs Dallas 214, Mr. 214. This man runs Dallas. If you know anything about boxing, you need to know about this man right here. Much love and respect, my brother. Salute to the UGC.
Much love, TBA. That's my man right there. My man, 20 grand. Go subscribe to that man. Listen.
Subscribe.
Real Boxing Talk. Y'all know.
He don't hold back. Y'all
know how I do. My man.
And if you don't like IOTBA, you're a casual. That's facts. Gunright says, where do I have a Nui in my top 10? I think Eddie Hearn could make him a star better than maybe Bob Arum too, because Bob Arum can make stars and Eddie. I think either one of them can make him a star. So yeah. I can see either one of them make him a star. I do have him in my top 10.
Me too.
He's a special fighter. He's even talking about moving up in weight to fight bigger guys.
Right.
So I much love and respect for that.
He's doing the right things. Right now, I have him number 5, actually, bro, because I don't believe that there's too many, and again, it's subjective, but I have a Nui definitely in my top 10. And I will argue 6 or 7 spots. It's a couple of guys you can put ahead of him, but Anui's going to keep accomplishing, and this Donaire fight will make a really big statement. If he beats Donaire the way I think he's going to beat Donaire, he's definitely top 5 pound for pound and in the conversation with those other guys.
Yeah, we got what else we got here? Do you think Shakur Stevenson has a chance to be an all-time great, D?
I think Shakur Stevenson needs to keep fighting well. I think Bob Arum needs to give him some step-up fights, because Joette, shout out to Joette, respect to him, but he was not the fighter for Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson is full of potential. He has all the goods. So, yeah, I believe that he could be a future star in this game.
D, send a link for IOTBA to get on if you want to.
For sure, IOTBA.
I'm going to say Shakur Stevenson, he has a chance to be all-time great. He's a special fighter. He's eventually going to get to welterweight. So when he get there, I don't know. He's already winning his first belt. So we don't know how far this kid can get. He's going to be special.
Yeah, there's special fighters, man, right now in this game. I mean, boxing looks good if we can get the politics to act right. But you look at Anui, you look at Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, Tank Davis, if he's moved right. You know what I mean? Because I'm not going to take anything away from his talent. He's just not doing anything. But Jaron in his boots, Virgil Ortiz. I mean, guys, Philip Hergovich, what's his name? Daniel Dubois, F.A. Jagba. Bro, boxing is looking good, guys. But we just have to get these promoters and networks to do the right thing. But we got a lot of interesting prospects, and boxing looks good. It's a bright future for it.
Absolutely. Is Josh Taylor in your pound for pound, D?
For sure. Top 10. I don't have him 5 yet, but top 10, yeah. I think Josh Taylor, look, he proved it all. Anybody that did, a lot of people thought Rougarou, myself included, was going to win that fight. And when Josh Taylor went in there and took out Rougarou, no damn robbery, stopped the nonsense. He won that fight fair and square. He proved himself. So, yeah, I got him in my top 10.
D, send IOTBA that link, my brother.
The link to what? To this?
To the chat. I mean, to here right now.
Oh, okay. I got you, RTB. I got you. Right,
I appreciate that. Anybody else got any questions? Anything else we need to get on? Marcus Garcia. Hey, Boxing Logics United, the future is bright. You're absolutely right, man. You know, as far as all this catchweight stuff, man, people just gotta realize the catchweight and rehydration clause, two different things. But we don't even know if it's 100% real either. Dan Raphael is a little bit suspect right now.
I just sent it to you, TBA. I just sent it to you, bro. But yeah, man, like, you know, again, bro, I can't give Luke no more respect. This IBFP Raw is where it's at, man. We need to push this thing because, hey, this is one of the things. This channel right here, Nuke, might surpass your other channel. This damn thing's so fire, man. This thing is fire right here. You guys, like I said, everybody in the chat, if you ain't subscribed, subscribe, because this is just a taste of what Nuke got coming.
And what they don't understand is Raw is a different beast. Raw is the type of situation where you might get your feelings hurt if you're not ready for it. Flame On, I sent you a link, my brother. If you want to jump on real quick, jump on and explain that on Andy Ruiz, because I don't know what's going on with Andy right now.
Yeah, I'm not too confident with Andy Ruiz, and I made a joke, but a lot of people, you know, it was kind of a joke, but I'm kind of serious about Andy Ruiz because we're talking about his weight loss and all of that kind of stuff there, right? But y'all guys look at all of the pictures of Andy Ruiz, right? He's in a T-shirt. Now, a girdle could be worn under that T-shirt. Now, it sounds funny, but they have wraps to make you right? I want to see Andy Ruiz's body. I want to see him up live and close before I even put too much weight on these pictures. You got Photoshop in this day and time, guys. Like, I'm not buying it. I'm just not buying it yet.
We got Mr. IOTBA in the building. IOTBA, you want to announce yourself, introduce yourself to the people, my brother?
Man, y'all know how I do. It's your boy, Mr. 214. Hold up. Senor Dos Uno Cuatro. Hold up. Senor Dos Catorce. Mr. Undeniable. Mr. These boys can't touch me on my worst day. First off, shout out to IBFP. Fam, I appreciate you bringing me on this live, fam. And I want to tell you how you doing a great job and keep grinding. Second off, shout out to my dog, D. Jefferson of Speak Your Mind Sports Talk, the debate cage, you understand me? He one of the realest out here doing it, and you know I ride with you 100%. Shout out to the entire chat, everybody who tuned in, showing love to IBFP, because this man is great at what he do. Y'all know how I'm rocking. What's popping?
Now, TBA, I got to say something. Now, I've been noticing around that there's a lot of haters been hating on you, man. But I'm going to tell you this. These dudes wouldn't even look at you. They wouldn't even cross the street if you were on the other side of the street. They run their mouth in live chats and make these videos, but they don't want no smoke. Trust me.
Man, you know how I go. We just have to get on her and address these clowns on her because, you know, they pushing this bullshit narrative and they got this certain agenda that they trying to run with. That's why I rock with the UGC, the underground community. Shout out to all my partners who in that UGC boxing channel and everything, because one thing we do, we are true media and we are the realest boxing talk. It's no narratives pushed over there. It's no agendas. We let the truth come to the power and the power come to the truth.
Woo, wait.
Fire. I'm telling you, listen, man, I'm telling you now, y'all just got a little bit of taste of what can be done here. I didn't even go at anybody. I was just moderating, and I didn't really need to go at anybody too much. Nuke, shout out to Nuke, shout out to Unbiased Boxing Talk, shout out to DT3. They had it all held down. But you see these other two guys up here, Mr. ILTBA, D Jefferson, you get that same kind of body treatment. Niggas can't fuck with us, bro. I'm sorry. You hear all of these other videos talk about, oh, they can't see us. They just talking nonsense. All y'all doing is talking hate. Y'all coming after our channels. Y'all trying to go after defamation of character, talking about our names. Let's talk boxing and get your ass body.
See, the thing is with these clowns out here, right? See, one thing I don't do, I know it take hard work and dedication in this boxing game. And see, you got clowns out here who trying to hate on the next motherfucker for what they do. And I be asking all you clowns out here who talking about, what our TBA ain't doing and what other people ain't doing. What the fuck are y'all doing?
All right, man. Hard work, bro. Hard work. I only been on this thing, 5 months? I keep saying that. I only been on this thing 5 months, guys. I've been watching boxing almost 40 years since I was 5 years old. But I only been on YouTube, period. Nuke knows it. I only been on YouTube, period, for 5 months. Y'all have not had a taste. And I tell anybody, all of those guys hating me, talk about FD Jefferson. Listen, I don't get into that. You're not going to get one video on my channel. You can go on my channel. I have no videos going at any channels, and I'm not going to do that. But
well, D, you don't got to worry about it because your boy TBA, we going all the smoke. I got you.
If you want some boxing talk, you want to debate, listen, the debate cage is open. Yes, I'm the host, but you want a piece of D Jefferson? The debate cage is open. IBFP Raw is open. You can catch me on either one of these platforms. You can catch me on the UGC to come get bodied. Shout out to the UGC, the realest boxing talk community on YouTube.
These boys out here, they be blowing a lot of smoke because they know in my Kevin Kelly voice, if they ever get in that debate cage with me, I'm going to smoke they boots.
And I'm going to tell you this. Eddie say, Nuke, you should be on stand-up comedy. You are naturally funny. You know who going to be my first stand-up material? It's going to be Dookie Brown TV, and he knows his sports. Because you know what? We roast fanboys over here. We roast haters. These dudes are cowards. And you know what? I give He Knows His Sports his credit for showing up, but Dookie Brown wouldn't dare show up. Dookie Brown's the type of dude that'll sit in the chat, listen to the whole show, give it a thumbs up, love it all, and then go back and talk bad about it because he's a coward. A real man will step in the chat and stand face to face and speak on what he feels, but he's not a man because he won't do it.
Don't forget about Chocolate Giddy Up.
No, Chocolate Giddy Up. And let me find out Dookie Brown TV is the same as Chocolate Giddy Up. These dudes at the rodeo holding each other's ankles. Anybody that talk bad about the Black Horseman, the UGC, IOTBA, D Jefferson, they're going to get bodied, and we're not even going to play with them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Dookie Brown need to stop all that fucking talking he doing. Like, he think just because of his condition, we supposed to fucking feel sorry for him if he being derogatory with us. And, people want to be like, oh, how can y'all say that? I don't give a fuck. If this motherfucker coming at me and he take it there, that's why I'm taking it too.
That's a fact, bro. I came to the man straight respectful. I came to him straight respectful. I went on his channel because, look, D Jefferson goes everywhere. I'm not afraid to go on anybody's channel, but I didn't come at him on no off the wall bullshit, talking shit about him. I came at this guy straight respectful. Next thing I know, I get a bunch of text messages and people hit me in the DM that this dude talk about some fuck a D Jefferson. Tell him to go suck a dick. Like, where that come from, bro? I never even came at you on nothing. And then he talked shit on his channel about this stupid motherfucker comes on my channel, talk about some, hey man, look man, I came at you respectful, bro. And I'm still not gonna make no videos coming at you disrespectful. All I'm saying is like this, on boxing in the streets, whatever. Nigga, if you say fuck me, fuck you. It's just that simple. And I'll leave it at that. I ain't gonna make no videos about you. I'm not gonna speak about you, but bro, I came at you respectful. You disrespected me, so it is what it is. I'm done with it.
Like, enough be fucking enough. And you know what I'm saying? Like I say, I do this shit. You know what I'm saying? My name is TBA. I'm on that bullshit again. So however long these niggas want to go, nigga, I could go. Because my ammo would never stop. We could keep on coming. Y'all got me fucked up. I'm not the one. I'm the right one.
Fire.
That's what I'm talking about. See, these dudes are cowards, man. They don't want the real smoke. They don't want anybody that's going to give it to them raw and real and uncut. And you know what? That's the problem, that these dudes is clout chasing, D. They want to put everybody's name out there. They want to just get attention. They're screaming me, because they're on the dying ship, and they're trying to jump ship to something that's smoking. Right now, this UGC, NBBC, IBFP, Speak Your Mind, Sports Talk, this movement is strong and is growing every single day because we speak the truth, we speak the facts, unbiased, and there's no narrative. A lot of things these guys come out and say there's Errol Spence haters. The first off is Errol Spence right now, if he puts in the work and the dedication, because he has a good skill set, because he has physical attributes, he could be the best boxer in the world if he put it together right. He might need a new trainer, but if he put it together right, he really could be. There's no hate. There's no any hate for Errol Spence. I like Errol Spence. I just want to see the best fight the best.
Yeah, he needed.
See, the thing is, The thing is, Nuke, IBFP, we make these dudes uncomfortable out here. See, they was used to having it one way. They didn't see this roadblock coming with this new force to be reckoned with. Like the thing is, they uncomfortable. They like, God damn, how the fuck is these niggas coming together? A bunch of these niggas who speaking their real shit. You understand me? And I love making motherfuckers uncomfortable. Because like I said, bro, before I was even rocking, you know what I'm saying, with the UGC, all them niggas was trying to get me. But since I said no and went to the UGC, now these niggas got a motherfucking problem. Man, fuck y'all self.
Like you know, shout out to my man Black Horseman of the UGC. He said something real powerful, and he said all the time, truth is the new hate, guys. And it's just that simple. Truth is the new hate.
And that's what it is. Just like Black say, truth is the new hate. And when you give these dudes the truth, they ain't do nothing but hate it because they don't like the truth. They're allergic to the truth. When you base your foundation on your platform on a lie and fanboyism, you cannot stand the truth. That is the one thing that they can't stand is the truth. And we give it to them every single day. And these guys, and just like IOTBA say, they're used to presenting one way, one narrative on how they like it. And if anybody say anything against it, and see now they're fading into the past. No one even cares. No one pays attention. They're becoming irrelevant.
Yeah, how can we be? And then, you know, shout out to my man ILTBA and D Jefferson, myself. How the fuck can we be Spence haters when we fans of Spence? Just because we come out and we say something about Spence, like he needs to do this to better himself. That's us hating on Spence. We're fans of him, you dumb fucks. I'm a fan of Spence, but I'm going to look. If it was my brother, my blood brother, if Spence was my blood brother, I'm going to tell him, bro, you need to cut out that drinking. You need to get yourself together. But now these stupid motherfuckers want to keep playing yes man, sucking on his balls and watch him kill himself. And then anybody that decides to say something about it is hating him. Now y'all not true fans. We true fans.
And see, Nuke, check this out, Nuke. I'm from that 214, that Dos Uno Cuatro, that Dos Catorce. You understand me? I'm from her. You know what I'm saying? Came up riding hard for Earl the Truth, Spence Jr., you understand me? Riding hard religiously, going at anybody, standing in the front line, shooting them bullets and taking them bullets at the same goddamn time. Ooh. Now these niggas get caught up and confused and let another nigga come say that I hope Earl Spence fucking lose because me and his coach wasn't popping like that no more, fam. Like, that's, you know what, and that's the one thing that took me back, and I said, okay, your own city will turn on you like this. They'll believe a nigga way from the East Coast. And Mr. RTBA, you've been down here in that 214 in the surrounding area grinding, going to all these amateur tournaments religiously, going to all these pro tournaments religiously. Man, man.
They don't know nothing about your hustle, my brother.
Yeah, they don't. Mr.
And look,
the hardest working dude out there that I know.
And look, this was crazy right here. Look, I just had a cousin, who died in a car wreck last year. You know what I'm saying? Who didn't make it back home to her 4 kids. Do these niggas and these fucking idiots think I'm finna sit up here and be okay just because I'm from that 214? Earl Spence from that 214, and this nigga riding around drunk, and thank God there was nobody out there that could be hurt. You understand me? So y'all motherfuckers think I respect that? I don't respect nothing about that shit. Because at the end of the day, a year ago, I had a cousin who didn't make it home to her 4 kids. So I don't give a fuck what nobody think. I don't respect that shit. I think that's some irresponsible, and I think it's real, it's some bullshit, bro, and he need to be held accountable for it. See, the problem is motherfuckers don't want us talking about it. Especially they don't want me talking about it because they know I'm from that Dos Uno Cuatro. But see, what they got to understand is it don't matter because I'm from that Dos Uno Cuatro because I'm bigger than Dallas, baby. I ain't just staying no local joker for the 214, just riding for the home team. They want to be like, oh, TB, how can you say something about Earl? Just the same fucking way we all critical about the fucking Cowboys every goddamn week. Every player who don't do their goddamn job, we all open our motherfucking mouth and say something. Now y'all want to get soft and sensitive because it's about Earl, man, y'all better sit y'all ass down somewhere.
Much respect to that, bro, because it wasn't my family member, but I'm from Richmond, Virginia, the DMV. Shout out to the DMV. in 2019 at 55 years old. My favorite boxer ever was killed by a drunk driver. Rest in peace, Pernell Whitaker. So don't fucking tell me not to speak on it.
That's big facts, man. You know, when you endanger people's lives, they don't like you to speak on the truth. Truth is the new hate, just like black. Salute to the whole UGC. And D, I got to say something. You my brother. But I don't know if you know you did this a few minutes ago, but you shouted yourself out. But it's okay. I'll shout you out, my brother. Salute to D.
Shout out to IBFP, man. You know I love you, dude. You know, I damn sure did.
And another thing too, like the LDBC, these dudes right here are hilarious to me, fam. You hear me? Like I'm looking at all these videos these niggas putting up, talking about who's the face of boxing, Deontay Wilder or Canelo Alvarez. Did them dudes slip and bump their motherfucking head? Look, that's so disrespectful and it's embarrassing for them to even bring up Deontay Wilder's name and say face of boxing attached to it, bro. That's embarrassing, man.
Yeah, man. I did a video that got me a whole lot of flack, Mr. ILTVA, because my title on it was Deontay Wilder is the face of boxing, but it was just clickbait, bro. You know what I mean? To get people to come in and listen to my thoughts. And basically, I was saying that, listen, everybody knows that the heavyweight division for years have been the most popular division in boxing. You understand what I'm saying? So he's going to be noticed. He's going to be popularized because he has 40 fucking knockouts. So he's extremely popular. But come on, keep it real. Canelo, the face of boxing. Keep it real.
Look, Deontay Wilder, he's so far away from being the face of boxing. It's pathetic. You don't. The face of boxing doesn't turn down $100 million, $120 million to fight Anthony Joshua. He could have been now. That could have put him up there. That could have put him up there, D.
For sure. You listen, and not only that, and I don't think that Anthony Joshua would have overlooked Wilder because, you know, he would have really trained for that fight. So we don't know what could have happened in that fight. But if Andy Ruiz upset the world, Deontay Wilder, you got that right hand power, bro. You could have hit Joshua, maybe possibly upset the world. You blew your opportunity, dude. I don't want to hear all of this nonsense. I gave him credit. Nuke, you know me and you went back and forth. I used to say, well, we don't know what the stipulations were in the contract, but you still turned it down. You would have gotten $20 million for Brazil. You knocked him out in the first round, which means you would have gotten $20 million for a minute and some seconds, you dumb.
That's what I'm saying, D. Jefferson. Deontay Wilder got to be the stupidest fighter in boxing right now, right? Because this is my thing right here. We know for a fact that Eddie Hearn and DAZN put up over $100+ million for this dude to sign, right? And Nuke, this is my problem right here.
Yeah.
Anytime you deal in business like that, right, and somebody make you a big offer like that, you don't have this Uncle Fester looking motherfucking Shelly Finkel and that fucking fruitcake and Steven Espinoza advise you to turn that deal down without them matching that deal, bro. When have a fighter ever turned down money like that without making the people who telling him to turn it down match the contract?
Exactly.
You already got a live show next week. Mikhail 777 said, there you go, Nuke. Always bringing up that 100 million. You know facts. Send me the link so I can body you.
Hold on, Mikhail. Now, you know, there's a rule around other platforms. I know UGC keep that link out there, but I'm selective with my link, and you can't get up here unless you speak a fact. Mikhail, name one fact, and you can get up here and get destroyed. Give me one fact, because everything that I said, I told you, tell me what I say to hate on somebody. Give me something that's a fact. Until you can do that, take your panties off and go sit down. Slap yourself. Berchelder Sosa, what's the hype behind it? Junior Moreno, D. I think honestly, they shouldn't have even put the fight nowhere near. Like who puts a fight like that right now?
Yeah, I don't know if there's hype behind it, Moreno, but it's just simply the fact that Sosa's extremely tough. What we all expect, I think most of us expect Berchelt to win that. I picked him. I think Nuke picked him. Most of us picked it. But you're not just going to see him go in there and knock this guy out. He can box and he's tough. So when you have a guy that's durable, that is that durable, you know, that's why the fight is so interesting. As far as the hype, I don't think it's much hype because you have Canelo and Kovalev, and then you also have Ryan and Dunno. So I don't think it's hype, but it's a good fight, bro.
Flame on says, take them panties off. That's right. That's right. That's right. And look, D, ever since we addressed this guy, he still ain't got a comment. This is what I'm saying. We don't have time to play with these boys. Until you name a fact, you don't even get to discuss it. You got to at least show you understand what the hell boxing is. You're not just on here trolling.
There you go. There you go for you, Nuke. You go ahead and get him.
That's right. What'd he say? The 50 million was clickbait. That's not even. Are we even serious? The 50 million.
He said facts, not idiocy. He said drop a fact, nothing ignorant, just facts.
Yeah. So the 50 million, there was no 50 million offer. If Deontay Wilder's the A side, when did he offer Joshua 50 million? Name
and
a
this is the
fact.
thing right here. Deontay Wilder, when he had a home fight in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, this motherfucker couldn't even sell out 10,000 seats. And y'all want to tell me this motherfucker got $50 million to offer Anthony Joshua? Boy, sit y'all ass down.
Al Heyman, I don't mean no harm and disrespect, but if you know boxing, bro, Al Heyman didn't get, you know, a whole bunch of funds until he signed with Fox. Did you know that? When he signed with Fox, that's when his finances, as far as making these fights, loosened up. It loosened up when he signed with Fox.
But this is the thing right here. This is the one thing right here. Like, I was with Al Heyman because he was a black man, but fuck all that shit. Al Heyman is the one hurting boxing a whole goddamn lot. Do you hear me? Understand, why the fuck is Deontay Wilder and Luis Ortiz a pay-per-view fight? Why the fuck is they doing that to the public? That's fucked up how they do us, bro. They giving us this fight on fucking pay-per-view. Gotta be kidding me.
Come on, D. Why they wasting our money like this? You gotta unmute yourself, my brother.
I don't know why they wasting our money, Nuke, and I don't know why these casuals are wasting our fucking time, bro.
I mean, seriously, Nuke, IBFP, tell me, seriously, I want your honest opinion. How many, and I want yours too, D, but Nuke, I want yours first. How many pay-per-view buys do we really think this Deontay Wilder versus Luis Ortiz fight gonna do?
I honestly think, and this is no hate on the fight, I honestly think it does anywhere from 75,000 to 150. That's just being real. That's being real.
That's all. Sorry, what you think, D?
Hey man, I can't even follow that one, dog.
No, but that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking like, damn, is this fight gonna reach 100,000 homes?
I mean, I'll be honest with you, bro. I think maybe 200.
Really?
I think maybe.
Really, D?
I think so. Maybe.
200?
Yeah.
Ain't nobody even talking about this. We probably the first ones mention this fight in a month.
Yeah, but again, bro, I mean, hey, I could be dead ass wrong, bro. You know me, ILTV. I don't have no problem saying I'm wrong. I think it'll hit 200. I really do, bro. But just for me, Cal, dude, I just put my email, because emails is nothing. Anybody can get my email. I put it in the chat for you, bro.
You know what? You know why this ain't gonna do 200,000, and you know who the main problem and the reason is Deontay Wilder, because he was the same guy who talking about if you seek it, believe it, achieve it. Well, Deontay Wilder, you didn't seek it, you didn't believe it, and you didn't achieve it. See, what Andy Ruiz did is he bet on himself, something Deontay Wilder didn't do, came in, changed the landscape of boxing. Deontay Wilder lost millions, and millions of fucking dollars. So he is the main reason why he in the position he is. People want to talk about Deontay Wilder like he just this big time star. Well, hey, you know what they say about reality, right? It's a motherfucker. And I hate to tell everybody out here who's so high on Deontay Wilder, he's just another guy in the sport of boxing. There's no superstar on him, none at all.
Dog, you speaking facts. And shout out to Nuke again. Shout out to Nuke again, because he don't mind calling D Jefferson up on some bullshit. And Nuke called me out on this before. I was a fan of Deontay Wilder, but I came back at Nuke and I told him, and Nuke could back me up on this. The same point that ILTBA just made, bro. He stopped talking that. And when he stopped talking that, that's when I dumped him, bro. Because listen, the reason I was a fan of Deontay Wilder, because he was knocking guys out, because I respect him for that right hand and his ability to get it in. But he has not said, since the Fury fight, he has not said one face, one name, one champ is fake. It's fake, bro. You don't just let a statement like that die off. If that's your goal, if that's what you in boxing for, that statement just don't die off. And so I can't respect that. And so I don't.
And this the thing what killed me with these privileged ass fucking Americans, Nuke. You know, this one thing I can't stand is a privileged ass fucking American. These niggas out here think just because this nigga American, I have to be a fan of his. No. If this nigga ain't doing what he's supposed to do in the sport of boxing, I'm not going to be a fan of you. I could go for the guy from the UK. I could go from the guy from another country around the world, because you know what? They doing what they supposed to do in boxing. I lost it with Deontay Wilder. I told Deontay Wilder, I made a video. I said, Deontay Wilder needs to bow down, because there's no way physically, spiritually, mentally that he had anything going for him over Anthony Joshua. And people talking about the face of boxing. Well, God damn it. If I'm going to say the face of boxing, you got to mention Anthony Joshua with that. Because God damn it, it's reportedly, this motherfucker is making $75 million in a rematch. And we ain't talking about all the other money he getting from his sponsors. Now, that's something the face of fucking boxing do.
Yeah, Joshua, man, he is paid. When you put up numbers like that, you can't do nothing but respect that. Ain't nobody, listen, there's nobody in boxing close to Canelo and Joshua when it comes to these paychecks. No one close.
Hold on, D. But this is my issue. Deontay Wilder said he got into this to feed his family, to feed his daughter. He was working in a fast food restaurant, but you turned down $120 million. You're not in this for that. You let an idiot like Steven Espinosa, who's on a sinking ship, these dudes will be out of boxing within another year. So you're going to let these dudes on a sinking ship drag you and cost you $100 million plus that you might not never see again? You got to be an idiot.
All right. Shelly Finkel, look at Shelly Finkel. Come on,
I can't stand Uncle Pester.
He looked like he needs some extra money.
In fact, this is the problem I have too with them LDBC dudes, right? You know what I'm saying? I respect anybody who doing boxing, so I respect them because they doing boxing. They're part of this sport that I love. But I don't agree with them, and I just hate the bullshit narratives that they push. You see how they did Eddie Hearn, a white man, how they tried to crucify him, say the white man was like this and the white man was like that. But what about that Uncle Fester little motherfucker who doing this shit with Anthony Joshua? Why y'all not criticizing Shelly Finkel? Because he was one of the motherfuckers who made Deontay Wilder make one of the stupid decisions of his goddamn life. You see how they do it? I guess because he's not American, right? So motherfuckers showing how really racist they fucking are, because he's not American. You're going to go with the non-American, the guy from the UK. But Shelly Finkel, Uncle Fester, he get a pass.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. These dudes are a walking contradiction. But, you know, we're going to do this about that time. Once again, you know, we're about to check out, so we're going to sign out. D, you want to sign out first or IOTBA?
I'll go ahead and sign out, man. Again, much respect to Newt. Everybody who is in the chat that is not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Go on over to IBFP, the regular channel. Hit that subscribe button. And come check me out and Speak Your Mind Sports Talk. Hit that subscribe button, because I speak the truth. I speak the facts. Mr. IOTBA. Go subscribe to him. The UGC. Subscribe to it. You understand what I'm saying? And everybody on the family tab. If y'all want the truth, y'all want to know about boxing, subscribe to everybody you see on this panel and the UGC. Peace out.
First off, I want to shout out to Nuke, IBPF, his whole movement he got going, all his channels he got. I appreciate you, brother, for bringing me on here and let me talk boxing with you. You know, it was an honor. I see you out here grinding. I see you out here making moves. I see these dudes out here got your name in their mouth. So that just show the progress that you making and the force that you got in this boxing game. So salute to you. Shout out to my brother D Jefferson. You understand me? Shout out to him. Speak Your Mind Sports Talks, the debate cage. When I tell you this dude right here is genuine, you know, like I could tell a genuine person when I'm dealing with him. And when I say this dude right here genuine and he really know his boxing and other sports. Shout out to my dog D Jefferson. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat who come on here and support Nuke IBFP, you know, and his entire movement he doing, because if it weren't for y'all, he wouldn't be able to rock how he rocking. So I really appreciate y'all for supporting this guy who's speaking real boxing. So salute to the whole chat and everybody who always rocking with Nuke and IBFP. And shout out to everybody. If y'all want to, you know, if y'all want to take the time, please come subscribe to my channel, IOTBA Boxing Talk. Come check me out. You know, we let the truth come to the power. When the power come to the truth, I'm going to tell them everything they don't want to hear and everything they need to hear. That's how I'm coming.
I appreciate that, IOTBA, D Jefferson. I like to send a shout out to both of you guys. Salute to the UGC, NBBC.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Shout out to
right ahead, my brother.
Shout out to the UGC. Shout out to the underground community. Shout out to my dog, the Black Horseman, Red Glove Militant, Samuel Shaw. Shout out to my boy Unbiased Boxing Talk. Shout out to Angel Santos. You know, shout out to everybody. Shout out to my dog, Bruce fucking Vane. You know, shout out to DT3. You know, shout out to NBBC. I apologize for interrupting you, Nuke. But
no, you're good, my brother. Much blessings and respect. And I tell you what, if you want to hear the truth, subscribe to the UGC, the NBBC, Bruce Vane, Real Boxing Talk. And you know what? I'm going to put it like this. If you look on the channels tab, IBFP Raw, I got like everybody on there. IOTBA. If you want to find this channel, you want to hear that real, go subscribe. You want to hear the real unbiased or biased boxing talk, go subscribe. You know, the UGC boxing channel, go subscribe. They're exposing these clowns and frauds every day and literally all on the channel lineup. Go subscribe to these guys. These guys know what they're talking about. If you like the IBFP, I bring one small piece of the puzzle. These guys bring everything. We put together a picture of truth, realness, and unbiased boxing talk. That's what it is. That's what it really is. If you don't want fanboying, you don't want hating, you want the truth being told, regardless of who the fighter is, go subscribe. Look, we checking out. Salute, my brothers. I can't wait to see, you know, what happens with this fight, and I'll see you guys after the fight, and we'll run this back next week.
Salute.
Salute.
Peace out.